Hello everyone, happy Friday, welcome to the stream. Thanks to those who are joining us live. Hello, gather in, come on, pull in, gather a chair, grab a chair, pull up to Rob's gaming table. We're going to be checking out Street Masters today for the first time on the channel. This is a game by the Sadler Brothers, as they're known in the board game design community, aka Blacklist Games is the company or the publisher that they started or work for or whatever it is now. They used to work at Fantasy Flight Games, worked on a bunch of games that I love, and that we've played on the channel. Some we haven't, some we have. But yeah, I like FFG games ever since I got into the hobby. So hearing that these guys, I recently found out, started their own company, designed some cool games. Some of you guys are recommending I should try Street Masters based on some of the other games we play on the channel, which totally makes sense when I saw it based on the mechanics of it. For example, I think it draws similarities to Too Many Bones. Just playing battles in Too Many Bones. You're on like a little tactical map. Movement matters, positioning matters, who you strike first, working together with your teammates, prioritizing targets, all that stuff. We play that all the time. Sorry, we play it all the time in Too Many Bones. Excuse me, tickle. But then when I started looking this game up, around Gen Con time this year, a lot of you guys are recommending I should look at some Blacklist games, get them played on the channel. Jose Lopez, thank you for subscribing. But a lot of you guys are recommending I should try this game on the channel along with other Blacklist games. And then I found that they have Street Masters, they have this game Alter Quest, which kind of uses the same system, but it's in a fantasy theme. So I reached out to the studio, you know, nothing for now, but I couldn't find this game in Canada. And you guys kept recommending I should check out Street Masters. And I was looking around and I couldn't find anywhere. I checked all the local game stores, checked online retailers I usually purchase from. Nobody had it in stock, and a lot of them don't even carry it, period. But one day I went on Blacklist Games website and it says the core set retail game is sold through Asmodee. Like they handle that distribution, that product and whatever. And I went, wait a second. I know where Asmodee sells games in Canada. They like to put them on Amazon, a lot of games, even ones that don't get carried in local game stores. So I checked Amazon Canada. I was shocked. I found that it was in stock at not too bad of a price. So I purchased it. And now we have it on the channel. And thanks to our Patreon supporters for helping make that happen. And thank you everyone who recommended getting this game, because I've been having fun with it so far. And if you're interested in links to get this on Amazon, I put affiliate links down below to it if you're looking around at the exact product I purchased, the base game in retail. It's down in the description. But there is Kickstarter. This is a Kickstarter game, so it has, like, you look on the secondary market, there was 2 Kickstarters where they had a second revision, expansions. This course that I'm playing with today has all the new updated rules and stuff and new cards and everything. But there's a difference between first Kickstarter and second Kickstarter. I learned there was like upgrade packs, stretch goals, expansions, giant boxes, tons of expansions, and more expansions and more expansions. So there's a ton of content out there for this game. I'm not sure I need it all, based on only playing this a few times, and I got the digital app to play. There's a lot of content here, like a lot. We'll go over a bit in the rule book. I have most of it upstairs because the minis are in the process of being painted. So today we're just going to play through the beginner scenario, the scenario they recommend in the rule book, using a specific stage, a specific enemy deck, and a specific fighter. We're going to play solo today, but we will play this game multiplayer on the channel in the future. It can go from 1 to 4, I believe is the count. But I'm sure someone in the chat knows for sure. Yeah, 1 to 4 players, 1 to 4 players. So we'll try that out. If we're playing 2-player running 2 figures each, or 4 players, 3 players, whatever, we're going to try that in the future. But today we're just doing solo. We're just doing the intro scenario. I see George is here. Oh. So yes, I am fairly new to the game. I've only played it physically 3-ish times. And I've played the digital game 10 to 15 times to try out some of the other characters and whatnot. Because the game's in the process of being painted. Like I said, my wife's awesome and she's been painting the figures for me. So all I have painted is a few of the heroes, and then we only have the 1 enemy set. So that's all we're basically pulling from today. But eventually, once it's all painted, we're gonna have some multiplayer playthroughs. We'll try some other characters out and stuff. But yeah, hello everybody. Hello. We got everyone gathering in the chat here. If anyone has any questions about the game, the base game, let me know. But there are some here, I'm sure, that know this game better, like George. I was in the chat. He's one of the ones that recommended this game to me. But during our Gen Con streams, man, you guys were like, there was tons of chatter in our Gen Con streams about looking into this game and getting it. So I'm glad to finally have it on the channel. And thank you for pointing me in this direction. The huge thing that I've not talked about yet is this game is very much themed after the 90s, late 80s, early 90s beat 'em up arcade style games that I grew up on. Man, the bike trips I made to like find arcades around my city and beyond just to play the newest arcade games when I found out which malls had them or which arcades had them. But I love playing them, and then when games came to Super Nintendo, like, man, I love Final Fight. I know my buddies on Genesis. Sorry, Genesis owners. You didn't have the good versions of all the games, but Streets of Rage, pretty cool. That's what this is themed after. That's what this is inspired by. This is like you beat 'em up from those 90s beat 'em up games that were in the arcades. You know, like Turtles in Time style. It's not the theme of that, but it's like those style mechanics. I'm sure those out there have played like The Simpsons or X-Men or any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. You probably see them in arcades nowadays too still. They're making newer versions of them. But it's just those button mashers walking from left to right on the screen, punching everyone, kicking everyone, breaking barrels, getting food, power-ups, level ups, all that stuff. Does SNK have a lot of beat 'em ups? I know they have the fighting games. Like, this is also pulls its theme from fighting games also, like Street Fighter, you can see, and Mortal Kombat. Some of the stuff's been pulled in here, mashed into characters and abilities and stuff. But it's basically all of that theme, like the fighting games and the beat 'em up games from the late 80s, early 90s that I do love to play so much. Oh man. Still, I have a custom arcade machine from Arcade1Up that I gutted as soon as I got it, ripped it apart, threw a Raspberry Pi in there, and switched out the buttons and the joysticks and the monitor and everything so that I could play those kind of games on there, because they didn't have that at the time. I just grabbed a Street Fighter one when they first came out, gutted it out so I could play, you know, some Final Fight Guy, you know, some of those awesome games. Art of Fighting was story based but posed as a fighter. Okay. Yeah, I have some of the SNK games on there, but the only SNK game that I really was into, I think, was I think it's an SNK game, right? The Neo Geo games, or am I confusing that? But was Samurai Showdown, I think, was called. Played a lot of that. And I paid on Amazon. It was like 100. This core set Canadian was like 132 or 131 or something at the time. I know prices fluctuate on Amazon, go up and down and whatever. But of course, no shipping added onto that, which is sweet. Most games like this that are hard to find in Canada, I have to get them from the US. I pay the crappy exchange rate, plus I pay extra shipping, plus I pay like import fees on top of it. It gets nuts. So I wasn't going to do that. But then when I found out that I could get it on Amazon right now, hopefully some more local game stores get it in stock if they start, you know, getting this kind of game in stock. But in Canada, the only way I could find it was Amazon. But if you guys know any other way, drop it in the comments down below. Let other people see it. 169 on Amazon. Wow. Yeah, I got it for like 130. So I was like, that's not bad when I could do the exchange rate. I mean, it's a little bad, but not too crazy. Anyways, let's get down to the table and take a look at what we got set up here. All right. So we're playing on Gone Ballistic is the stage, as it's called. The game comes with 8 stages. It's 4 boards, dual-sided. So you get like different little scenario setups. So think about it for a minute. Just the base set. This is where my mind started to hurt a little bit. So you have 8 possible stages. They each come with their own stage deck, doing different rules, different setup, different of these tokens. These objective tokens do different things. Okay, so that's one thing. There's 8 of those in the game, and enemy decks. I think it's 4 in this game, and each one comes with a boss. One of them, I think, comes with 3 bosses. They each come with their own 3 sets of minions. Okay, so we got up here, we have I think it's Drago, Anastasia, and we have starts with a B, I think. Let's just look. Boris. I'm bad with names. So these guys here, so you have Drago, Boris, and Anastasia. Okay, there's only one Drago green card, only one yellow Boris, only one blue Anastasia, however you want to say it. They tie exactly to these miniatures. So these miniatures have been painted. There are plastic rings that go on the bases. The only problem is in the base set, they give you one set to fit like a playthrough. Then you got to like take these rubber, plastic, whatever they're made of. You got to pull them off the bottom of the bases and attach them to the other set of miniatures. So every enemy deck, so this enemy deck comes with miniatures for each minion type, and then a boss. And then one of them has 3. So there's like a lot of miniatures, 65 total. 65 total in the set. And then each enemy deck also has other gear cards. You'll see events, tactics, and then all those enemies and stuff. So these guys all have their own rules and own play style. And the boss works different health, different attack, different abilities. Okay, so there's 4 of those, 4 enemy decks, 8 stages, and 8 stage decks, okay? Then characters, I don't know how many it is. I can probably tell you in 2 seconds here. So 65 miniatures. You get the dice, 20 loot cards. Okay, loot cards are the same. You just shuffle them up, use them. There's stories. I didn't even get to that yet. Allies and rivals. So 8 stage decks for the map tiles, double-sided. 6 fighters. You get 6 fighters. I've only played with 3 of them. And then there's the 4 enemy decks. So I don't know the math on that, but if you want to combine those all together, and not to mention player count, so you can play, or hero count, so you can play the game on like pick a stage, pick an enemy deck, pick a fighter or multiple fighters, up to 4 fighters. Okay, so all those combinations, and you could mix in stories. So there's overarching stories. There's also hero-specific stories you can play within a story, I think, and you can also mix allies and rivals into it, which I've not played with, but I can only relate them to, I think they're like kind of like summons and invaders in Dark Souls, the board game, similar. They got their own little tokens or miniatures and cards running around the map. They're not as strong. They're kind of AI controlled a little bit, and they do their own thing. That's my understanding. I have not used them though. But yeah, lots of stuff in this box. Yeah, tons of miniatures, tons of cards, the boards, the tokens. I mean, tokens are insane. Yeah, so tokens. I wish they didn't do this. I'm going to use dice probably because this is a little messy. These tokens are huge. I don't know why they're so big. But to count health, like you have tons, like tons in the game. You got up to 25 to count damage. Okay, so there's tons of that. And then for the tokens, you have these defense tokens. We'll show how they work, which also dual as charge tokens for each attack type: kick, punch, and grapple. But like, there's like 400 of these damn tokens. Yeah, it's a ton. So you can tell heavily here the Sadler brothers, their FFG roots of not including enough dice and including 4 bajillion tokens in a game, and a bunch of miniatures. Yeah, they're still doing those FFG style games. That's what this feels like to me. Yeah, that's a kind of product, and it is an Asmodee product, I guess technically. So it's kind of funny. You can see their roots here. Yeah, Edgar, this is a 1 tile map. It's just like 1 square. That's it. Yeah, and I don't think you join them together ever. There's multiple stages, but a story will link them together, so you can play one scenario after another, which is neat. Yeah, I put James is mentioning it's $80 US on Amazon US, which I've linked down below if you want to read more information about that too. I put the US one, but I couldn't find it on the UK Amazon. I don't know Asmodee how in like Europe and UK and stuff, how they distribute, or if they even distribute this stuff there. I don't know. I don't know if they're their partner over there. But in North America, this game is distributed by Asmodee at retail. And I'm sure they'll do other Kickstarters where you'll get another chance to get this game off Kickstarter with stretch goals and upgrades. I don't care about that stuff right now. I don't care about it, but I'm sure it's cool. Lots of variety here though. And hopefully I don't get bored of the game, but if I do, that's fine. I expect that for a base game. But like I said, lots of combinations. And the cool part is I played the digital app more. I use that to kind of learn the rules a little bit and try out the game when I wasn't at home at some family functions. So yeah, then I just got hooked on playing the game so quick. And you can just play it on Android or iOS, which I'll be streaming that on Monday. We'll take a look at that. But that exists, and it just has all the base game stuff, so it's cool. So I know I could play physically and digitally the same thing. Yeah, so my main fighter, his name is Kyo Ryu. I guess they were trying to like mix Ken and Ryu, and then their lawyers got involved, and they had to like switch some letters out or something. But yeah, it's Ryu from Street Fighter, looks like. Yeah, but he's got like lightning abilities, so he's got like kind of the Raiden thing going on there. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing is running around this little map here. There's hexagon spaces on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's nice little hexagon spaces. There's little crates that you can step on kind of as you go through the space. You kind of bash the crate open to get cool loot. You know, like awesome stuff like energy drinks and butterfly knives and, you know, the standard stuff. Turkey. Get a turkey out of there, you know, to heal up. Same stuff you find in video games. Then there's these objective spots. That's where objective tokens will go, related to the color they are. There's enemy spawn points that are these little spots coming down the ladders on the side in this scenario, okay? And then there is our starting positions, which I love that they used little hap joysticks there. And up here they have a boss starting position. Isn't that cool? It's all like 90s iconography and all that cool 90s beat 'em up fighter movie stuff. I love it. So thanks again to Mel, my wife, who might be still in the chat or busy at work. But thank you for painting these for me. So she did them. I told her, do them quick. I want to play this damn game. And I want to have them painted to be nice. She offered to paint, which I was like, cool. But now I don't want to play with any gray plastic. So there's 65 miniatures. So before we see any other enemies on this channel, they will have to be painted. Yes, Double Dragon. That's the other game I was trying to think of, Sakabra, that this game is heavily inspired by. There's even an expansion that uses like a Double Dragon type cover that has the two designers of the game like being, you know, Bimmy and Jimmy. Yeah, that's right. I said Bimmy on the front cover, which is cool. All right. So setting up this game. Another thing, you play too much digital, which I was doing to learn this game, and I don't normally do that. I usually learn the other way around, is you pick up bad habits, right? Because digital apps will take care of a lot of the housekeeping for you and the rules and stuff. But I have read the rules a few times, and I've played a few times. So, but those in the chat who know this game, question me on stuff, point out any rules, things. I'm trying to learn this game. I'm trying to discover it here, trying to show other people. Other people will come to YouTube looking at how to play the game. So I try to keep it as rules mistake free as we can. But if we do make any, it happens. No one plays the game perfect. No one plays any game perfect, and they're lying if they tell you that. But leave comments down in the description. Timestamp it if you can if you're watching this later. If you're watching this live now, let us know in the comments if there's something like, whoa, Rob, the enemy doesn't move that way, or that figure can't move through that figure's type, or some of these little rules that I forget because I play like 1,000 games. Let me know, and we'll try to correct it down below so others can learn from my mistakes. All right, so we chose our fighter. We got Kyo Ryu, okay? He's got 20 health, this guy. And to charge up, so they have like a charge meter like in fighting games, so which aren't usually in beat 'em ups, I don't think, at least the ones I used to play or still play. But as he takes damage, he will take these little tokens will happen as he's blocking damage, sorry. So he has these little defense tokens, right? Let's say he has a punch and 2 kicks. If I'm taking that type of damage, some kick damage, I can choose to block it with these defense tokens, and they turn into energy. When I get 6 energy, I flip to this side, and it's like a more powerful side. And as soon as I do this Unleash the Storm ability, which is like a more powerful attack, I then flip back to the other side. But I have to spend the charges I get, but I can keep earning charges and go beyond 6. But as soon as I have 6, I have to flip. And my default attack here, Channel Tempest, and my attack on the other side, Unleash the Storm, they do punch damage. So usually on a card, you'll know which type of damage, whether it's punch, it's kick, or it's grapple, okay? You will see, this is the 3 types of attack in the game. There's also something called general damage, which takes away, it can't hit the person or the figure or whatever. It can't hit the enemy or yourself unless there's no defense tokens left on the character. So that's general damage. And you get to choose as you hit the enemy with general damage, which defense tokens you remove. If they have no defense tokens left, any more general damage flows through and hits the figure or hits the target or whatever. But general damage is applied last. So if you're doing like punch damage with +1 general damage or something like that, it's applied last. The other thing is there's direct damage, which skips all this stuff. It skips right through the defense tokens, hits the enemy directly. There is an enemy you'll see in this one that reduces the direct damage, but it's only direct damage it reduces, not general damage, not punch damage, not kick damage, not grapple damage. You'll see that. It's got the whole like fighting game system, you know, the like paper, scissors, rock mechanic, I guess, kind of to it, where you got to worry about the 3 types of fighting and blocking what and hitting them with what. It's not as fleshed out as I would have hoped, but for a streamlined kind of board game aspect, it's really well done, I think. But I could see it could have been designed a little more complex to mimic kind of like the fighting game thing, but I mean, it's still cool. It's still cool. It's just like they're blocking that type of damage. You try to get through the other damage you want. But yeah, so this is my character card. So this sits here to the right of my deck, and positioning matters because all the other cards that I will put into play, they'll go to the right of here, and I have cards in play, and I have cards in my hand, so I can activate cards in play, or I can play cards in hand to do effects, throw them away, or play them into play, depending on what type of card they are. And I'll have my discard pile over here. Okay, we'll be tracking our power, we'll be tracking our damage tokens, we'll be tracking our health. So that's the fighter. Oh, I should show you the deck, actually. So they each come with a unique deck. There's different fighters in the game. So for example, we got Megan over here. Megan plays completely different. They both, I think, have the same amount of cards in their deck, but she works like completely different. She has her own little combos and engines and stuff that work different way. She focuses mainly on kick damage, for example. And there's like supporty type characters and stuff in the game, which is neat. So I can't wait to kind of play with more players. No button mashing. Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Needs more button mashing. There's got to be a button mashing expansion where you can just like slap a little plastic machine and little tokens will like fly out or something. And that's how you find out what defense tokens you get. But anyways, here's Megan. We'll see her on a future stream. So she's all about the kicks. All about the kicks. I still have to spray that with a varnish, by the way. I need room for the threat area. Oh, I got room for the threat area. Don't you worry, Doc. I'm on it. And I assume you know how to play this, so feel free to point out anything else that I'm doing wrong. I'll make the threat area right along here as we go. I'll clean up this stuff as I'm done showing the game. So our deck here. Kanji's dropping the Contra code in the chat, or the Konami code as it was called eventually, but I know it as the Contra code. That's what it was when I was a little kid reading it in Nintendo Power. All right. Gathering Storm. So this is a card, for example, this is a tactic. These are the ones that go into play. It also has a trait Tempest. It has this little star here, which means it's unique. It's limited is technically what they're imitating here from the Fantasy Flight world. So you can only have one Gathering Storm in play. If you play another one, you discard the old one. And sometimes they get discarded by enemies. Sometimes you discard them via feint effects. Like, for example, this one, Riding Lightning, has a whole bunch of passive abilities, but at the bottom it has a feint ability, which means I can discard this card to do this effect. So there's a reason why I might discard this card, play another Riding Lightning after. There's also attacks that I can play right from hand to do an attack. And remember, they have a specific fight style, so this is like a punch attack. So whenever it talks about rolling dice for an attack, I look up there to find out what type of attack it is. There's also abilities. Where is this? Abilities, like Drawn from the Sky. This ability, it's not an attack. It just this one messes with defense tokens, for example. And some heal. But this guy plays different than all the other characters in the box, which is what I'm trying to get at here. Then you'll see this guy as we go forward. But yeah, his base effect works off getting energy for how many Tempest cards he has in play. So you kind of want to have a whole bunch of cards in play before you start doing his attack, because then it'll power him up to do his bigger attack. Yeah. Doc says it's a top 10 for me, own it all. Wow. Is it not overwhelming, Doc, every time you open the box? I've seen unboxings of like the Aftershock stuff and all the stretch goals and expansions and Kickstarter exclusive stuff, and it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, if it was like one of your only like 5 games you play, maybe, but it's like a lifestyle game. Once you get all the content, it's like similar to being like 5 years deep in an LCG. Very overwhelming, says Doc. Yeah, that's why I'm excited just to start with the base set. I'm going to play the base set a bunch, and I think that's fine to get started. And I don't feel like I'm missing stuff with a normal like Fantasy Flight game style core set, where I only have like 3 scenarios and like 5 characters. This comes with, I think it comes with 5 or 6 characters, but you have like not just the scenarios, you also have the enemies and the characters that all add to that variety, which I like. Big Aftershock box makes it easy to set up and play as it has trays and stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. It's no more than too many bones with Trove. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's I see that. That's very similar to that. Yeah. I feel like Smoke. With all your treasure. Yeah, Billy says I have everything for Brook City, and all the minis and tokens and decks overwhelm me. Yeah, it's cool though. If you want to like dive into this, you can get like a ton of stuff for it. But it feels very much like an LCG with all the expansions and stuff. Getting that deep and crazy, like a few years into an LCG, it's like kind of overwhelming the amount of card options you have, the amount of scenarios or whatever, whether it's co-op or competitive even. It's like just the cards and the options are just insane. Like, where do I start today? Like, what do I even do to start get playing? But yeah. All right, so shuffled up the deck. We're going to start by drawing some cards. And we'll explain the other stuff as we go. But we're going to draw 4 cards. And I know what I like to look for. For this guy, I like to get his tactics in play. So I got Riding Lightning, which is cool. At the end of the turn, I'll gain a power. And it has this thing before my attacks, I can discard a power to gain +1 die to the attack. So I like having stuff like that in hand. So I'll grab that. And yeah, you choose your fighters first, then you draw your cards, then you do a mulligan. So we'll do the mulligan right now. And the mulligan is discard whatever you want, draw new cards to replace it, then shuffle the discarded cards back in the deck, which I like that. So it's a standard mulligan. I'll just toss all these other attacks and abilities right now. I'm not worried about that stuff. I'll throw those in my discard pile. I'll draw 4 new cards. So we got some Sky Strike, which is if I'm unengaged. Unengaged just means if I am not adjacent to an enemy. So as soon as you're adjacent to an enemy, you are engaged. Whether it's 1 enemy or 10 enemies, or, well, I guess only 6 enemies. That can be around your X, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so if you're unengaged with this one, I can move 2 spaces, attack with 2 dice, then I may discard any number of power. And remember, power is that upside down little defense token stuff that you'll see later. To deal 1 general damage to the target for each power I discard. Then I pulled a Drawn from the Sky, which discard 2 defense tokens of your choice from an enemy within 4 spaces of you, then heal 1 damage for each enemy affected by this card. And another Riding Lightning. Womp, womp, womp. So I didn't get anything new tactics-wise, and I got a duplicate. So there are multiple copies of each card in their deck. I think they have like, yeah, I probably did pull the exact same cards. Almost. So here, yeah, I got a Drawn from the Sky. I got a Sky Strike. Yeah, I just didn't get another Kenketsusen. So yeah, the deck crapped on me. But it feels very much like an LCG, you know, or like a deck building game, or not a deck building game, like a deck construction CCG, you know, where you're like, where you have like 3 copies of a card. You have like, I think 3 copies of every card in the deck. And there's like, I don't know, 5 or so different cards, 6 cards, I'm not sure. No, I'll show you guys the map and stuff. I just want to go through setup here and we'll talk about each thing. So that's startup. Okay, you draw your cards first, you get your mulligan in. So that's what we're starting with. Okay, that's our hand. The next thing we do, it says in the book here, is step 2 is choose enemy deck. Well, we did that already. What we have is Dimitri from the Brotherhood here. So he's a boss. He starts in play. He has 20 health per player. That's what the little P is there. He rolls 4 dice for attacking. Let's talk about the enemy dice and I guess the player dice too. So the enemy dice here, they have 2 of each symbol of attack type on them: grapple, kick, and punch. Okay, that's what you'll use to find random attack type. Also, that's how they'll attack. So if this guy were to attack me with 4 dice, he'd roll that, and I would get hit with 4 punch damage in this case. Okay, so if I had defense tokens, I could flip them to energy if I wanted, or I can say I don't want to spend those punch tokens and take all damage. But he has an ability here. He's a boss trait, you see there, or whatever, boss type. When he activates, Dimitri attacks. If unable to resolve his equip effect, then Dimitri retreats 1 space. They'll only retreat if engaged. Equip. So his equip effect is discard the top card of the enemy deck, then put the topmost gear card in the enemy discard pile into play. If no gear enters play this way, he gains 1 random defense token. Okay. We gotta remember that. It's got a whole little thing. And that's when you go to activate the boss, you'll go through this whole step of like going from left to right in their cards and activating. So he's gonna start over here. This is Dimitri. He's like some army dude with a rocket launcher, you know. That's who we're gonna deal with here. And yes, this map is the entry level map. I'll resay it again. It is this is the intro setup they recommend in the rule book when you're learning the game. So that's what I'm showing you here. No fancy business today. It's going to be just a straightforward play through the game, showing off the basics of it. But like I said, every enemy deck, every stage, every character, they all play different. They have different rules. which totally mixes up the quantity of options and variability of the game. Not to mention expansions. This is just base set. So that's how Dimitri works. He's all about getting gear, putting gear out beside him that let him fire rocket launcher shots across the board, grab defensive tokens, throw knives at me. Yeah, this guy's nuts. And he comes with, which we were talking about before, Drago, Boris, and Anastasia. They all work different, but every Anastasia is the same. For example, they have 4 health, attack by 1. They start with a kick defense and a grapple defense in play. And her ability when she activates is, if unengaged, she deals the nearest fighter within 6 spaces of this enemy 1 direct damage. So basically, she's shooting me with her sniper rifle or shotgun or whatever she's got there. And it's 1 direct damage. If unable to, she'll move up to 3 spaces to be within 6 spaces of the nearest fighter, so she can try to do that again next round, I guess. If she's engaged, though, she will attack, then retreat 3 spaces. So she's like one of those annoying characters that's just trying to shoot you from across the map. And they'll all work the same, but each one has their own card. So if we're playing with the green Anastasia, we'll pull out the green one with the green base, and she'll work with this card, okay? Because we may have multiple in play, just like in the video games, where they only had so much memory, so they did the palette swaps by changing color, but using the same, you know, character from memory to save space on the, you know, the chip or whatever, which is cool. And then we have Boris. So Boris, big guy, wants to hug you. Like, he's a big bear. Oh, he's such a sweet big bear. He's got 6 health, attacks with 2 dice. He starts with 2 punch defense. And it says, these are called minions, by the way. A fighter adjacent to this enemy cannot move unless they discard 1 grapple defense token and place it on this card. You have to like wrestle your way out of his arms. And he activates. When he activates, he advances 3 spaces towards the nearest fighter and attacks. This enemy gains +1 attack value if it did not move before the attack. So if he's locked you down, he's going to be hitting you with 3 dice every turn. Yes, exactly, thematic, George. That's what I'm saying. It's like, when I saw this game, like, I know you and other people were recommending it mechanics-wise, but this, like, game, as much as I love playing all the fantasy games on the channel, this one, like, hits home for me. Like, I was raised on, like, you don't know the amount of money I threw in, like, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, and, like, X-Men fighting games, and, like, I used to go away for the summer with family, and there was one arcade machine at this place where we stayed, and in the little store there, and it was Double Dragon, the original Double Dragon. Played the crap out of that game. And yeah, so, and Bad Dudes on NES had that. Bad Dudes. Anyone know that game? River City Ransom. So many crazy beat 'em up games. So this game like hits home for me thematically. Like, it's just, yeah, member berries all over the place. If you guys know that reference. All right. So Drago here, he's a big dude. He's 8 health, 3 attack dice, gets 2 grapple tokens for defense to start off. Each time this enemy would suffer direct damage, reduce that damage by 1. Activate, advance 3 spaces towards the nearest fighter and attack. Then, if unengaged, gain 1 random defense token. So he's high health and high defense, but he still hits pretty good. Drago equals Sagat. I don't know about that. He's like, some of these guys are just like enemies from regular beat 'em ups. I don't know which ones, but you know, this guy's just a big muscly dude. You know, he's got the overalls on, right? Like, who wears those overalls, you know, down around their waist? Like, that's such a 90s thing. I love it. All right. And then there's other events that happen. For example, you'll see events come out of the deck, like extra ammo. Each fighter suffers 1 direct damage for each Anastasia in play. So we got to make sure there's not too many Anastasias in play. Get them out of play. If none are in play, Dimitri, the boss, will deal each fighter 2 direct damage. So things like that will happen. Little events will come out here in gear and tactic cards and stuff. So we'll see that as it comes out. So we'll shuffle that up after we just rifled through the whole deck. Oops. Oh, the thoughts on the mini quality? I don't know. They're small, like, I don't know. They're normal miniatures. They feel like something that would come out of like a Zombicide game. Like, they're about that size and that much detail and stuff. But yeah, Mel liked them. They're not bad to paint. They're easy to paint. But I did tell her, just paint them quick, get them to the table kind of thing. Don't take forever kind of like painting them for like a, you know, a championship painting event or anything. They're just minis. These are like just zombies in a game to me, right? They don't really matter. But she did a good job. I like it. Like, I like the heroes. Like, yeah, you're gonna see the heroes a lot. So it's like, yeah, paint that hero up. Let's do this. And I know you could paint with like that little energy ball and stuff going in there, but I like it the way it is. It's good. It's good. And thanks again, Mel, for that. But yeah, the minis are fine. I don't know. I had the arm fall off one though. When I pulled it out of the box, arm just popped off. So they are assembled. Like it's interesting. I don't know if all minis, even small ones like this, small-ish minis, they're actually come in parts. But you can tell they were assembled at a factory. But one arm popped off, just got some Gorilla Glue, dropped it in the hole, popped it in, and it was fine, painted okay. But yeah, just so you know, that's they're okay quality. They're not like, yeah, I don't know. They don't seem as good as Cool Mini or Not stuff, but they're fine. They're like, I don't know, board game miniatures. I don't know. I'm not like a miniatures connoisseur though. Okay. Next, that was enemy deck. Got the boss out in play. Okay, choose a stage. So we got the Gone Ballistic stage, which has its own setup and rules here. So we're going to reveal cards from the stage deck until one object per player cards are revealed. Put the revealed objective cards, objective cards into play, and then shuffle the other revealed cards back into the stage deck. So let's do that. I think I shuffled. Let's just... Okay, so let's start revealing. This in the right deck, yeah. There we go. We got the purple weapons cache objective item. A figure deals +1 direct damage during each attack for each objective it carries. If the boss ever carries 3 objectives, the fighters lose. I didn't really talk about win and loss conditions. To win a scenario in general in the game, you have to defeat the boss, okay? Doesn't matter minions, but they'll help you get there. But once you defeat the boss, you win. If any fighter of your party, if they get knocked out or die or whatever, you lose instantly. So if you're playing 4 players or 4 heroes, one of them falls down and is done, you lose completely, start over, try again. So that's what we're trying to do. So there's also in this scenario, because we're playing with the Gone Ballistic stage, it adds an additional loss condition. If this jerk face here ever collects 3 of these objective tokens on the left side here, any 3 of these are in his possession, we lose instantly. So we got to run around and grab them also, or stand on them and block him from getting them, I guess. Those kind of trickery. So the purple one will start in play. And that is dead center right here. And it goes down inactive. There's an inactive side. And when someone picks it up, it goes onto their card and becomes active. Okay. So that's that. Let's just, oh yeah, we gotta shuffle this in here. Let's just do a quick shuffle. Okay, there's our Gone Ballistic stage. And now we can flip this over to the other side because each stage has specific rules. Each time a figure carrying an objective token suffers any amount of damage, that figure must discard 1 defense token. If you're unable to, that figure drops 1 objective token. And when this card activates, you resolve the objective effect on the inactive objective nearest to the boss, which now we'll show you that. So on the bottom of this card, objective, the boss moves 3 spaces towards this objective. Then, if in the objective space, the boss picks up the objective token. So that's how the AI kind of runs the game and kind of works the enemies. You don't need like a dungeon master or whatever game master running this game. The AI takes care of it for you, and that's what I like. Interact. You can interact if you're in a space with an objective token, you may pick it up. So I have to use my interact action. We'll talk about a character's turn in a sec once we get all set up here. Now set up the map. We're going to put these little tokens on those crate spots that we were looking at earlier. Now how the crates work, as you move through a space with a crate, they're not counted as occupied spaces. You can move through them or step on them or whatever. As soon as you do, even in the middle of a movement, you will grab a loot card. And you just draw it right away, and you can use it whenever you want, basically. This is a Molotov cocktail, for example. You can throw it out, and they're very thematic. They do what you think they would do. We get some brass knuckles, for example, adding some extra dice to a punch attack. You know, we got the standard fighting game. You know, you find some meat hidden inside of a crate. Makes sense. So you can heal 3 damage with a turkey platter. They got stink bombs. At any time, you may discard this card to move an enemy up to 3 spaces. So you kind of stink them away. They got some cash. You can find some cash on the ground. So a lead pipe. Got some sneakers right out of Back to the Future here. Adding some plus extra attack to your kick attacks. You'll find a martial arts magazine. I love this stuff. This is hilarious. Soda can, ninja stars, a shuriken, flashbang. Like there's quite a bit of variety in here, and I'm sure expansions probably add a bunch more of this stuff. Smoke bomb, so you can kind of like, you know, move out, and butterfly knife, leather whip to help with grapple attacks. You know, you need that leather whip. Whoopsh. Yeah, I don't know. That's all in here. There's multiple copies of them. I think that's all of it. Yeah, the turkey platter appearing when you break a barrel. Yeah. Yeah, it's like ready to eat right away. Yeah, Brian answered the miniatures question for those watching later. They're similar to Reaper Bones miniatures. And they are. The only Reaper Bone miniature experience I have is playing Hexplored on the channel. And that it's similar to those. It is very similar to that quality. Which is fine for a board game, I think. Fine for a board game. Yeah. All right. So that's our loot deck. All right. Our attacking dice that we roll, they could explode, which I love that when games have that. So it's like a critical hit. It can explode, so you like roll the die again, add a hit to it. These are hits, and then it has guards, which get you defense tokens of the attack type. And there's a side that has both an attack and a hit and a guard on it. And that's what they only give you 4 in the box, which is fine, but it's an FFG move of not including as many dice as you probably would want to play with. And I didn't see, there's no dice pack I could find anywhere, which I think is a huge missed opportunity, because I probably would have bought that dice pack. But if they don't have that, they need to get that at retail. Don't tell me about no Kickstarter add-on crap. There should be, right beside it on the shelf, should be a dice pack sold if you're going to chintz me out on 10 cents worth of more dice. But yes, they've improved miniature qualities of the new line of miniatures, Blacklist miniatures, but this is beginning with their fantasy miniature series. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Hello, Heather. Happy Friday. Hello, Shane. Yeah, and there's no misses, Dragon. No misses. The miss technically would be a guard. Like you probably want to hit the enemy, but sometimes you're happy to see this because it adds to your defense and eventually can help get you more power to help build up your ability to most likely do more offense in the future and keep you alive and in the game, which I like. I think it's really cool. It's kind of like, feels like the Too Many Bones misses, like they build up to something better in the future, but it's like kind of a slow thing. So sometimes I'm happy when I see them. Sometimes you're like upset because you're like, man, I just wish I rolled one more hit to kill the guy. So you can miss and feel like you didn't achieve what you wanted to with the dice, but it's all good. Like, it's all good. So yeah. Yes, Kanji, you need this. You need these dice just for all your other games too. So yeah, just buy all these and you'll have more smiles on your face during your playthroughs. I promise that. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. All right. Let's talk about our turn. Or did I get everything set up? We got our token pools we already showed you. Got our health damage. And deal turn cards. All right, so this is the turn card. The reason why I have this out, you'll probably have this out anytime you play with like more than one fighter, because this is how you'll know who has gone on a turn. Because similar to like Zombicide with Survivor System, and some other games do this too, when it's the fighter's turn, all the fighters get a turn to go, but you can choose each time which fighter goes in which order, because it may matter. So this, once a fighter's finished their part of the turn, you flip this card over, and when everyone's done and have their card like this, then you go on with the enemy turn. You go on with the enemy turn, then the stage turn, and then everyone flips their card back, and then you choose who's going first. So for the fighter turn, each fighter performs a fighter turn in the order of the group's choosing. During each fighter turn, resolve each phase in the following order. So you have to do the threat phase. Threat phase is us drawing a card from the Brotherhood deck, the enemy deck in this case, and we put it into an active threat area, or a threat area I guess it's called, where we'll activate those cards from left to right. similar to how you see it played in Aeon's End or anything like that. So all the cards have to go from left to right. It's very on purpose. So we just resolve from left to right, just like Aeon's End, and other games do that too. That's just one I'm thinking of. And that's that. So you just draw a card, resolve it. Sometimes it's an event, sometimes it's gear that goes to the enemy, sometimes it goes in your area, it's a minion. You'll see that as we go. Then once you've drawn that, you resolve the one card, then you can act. So here's the things you can do on a turn. You can do any of these things right here with the black arrows in any order you want. So you get one chance to move, one chance to play a card, and one chance to do an action, but you do those in any order you want. Okay, so you can like play a card, then do an action, then move, or move, do an action, then play a card, and you can pass on those too. You don't have to do all of those. And when you do the action, you have the ability to move an additional 3 spaces via sprinting, and you only choose one of these things. So you can either sprint, you can defend, get 2 random defense tokens, you can do a card action, so an action on a card in play, or an interact action like we see in this one. We can pick up an objective token in this scenario. Once we're done this, and we're done our act phase, then we react. We start doing all the things in our threat area from left to right. Then we go to the draw phase, where we draw a card, and then we flip this card like so, like I just said. Then you go to the enemy turn, which all fighters have gone, and the group activates each card in the enemy play area from left to right, doing its activate ability. Super simple. Then you go to the stage turn, where we do the same thing for the stage deck. We have the same little row. Then we draw and resolve a stage card. Then each fighter flips this card over, and then we decide who goes again. I'm playing solo, obviously, so we're just going to be doing this over and over again, just ourselves. So I may forget to flip that, and I may just keep going with it. I don't really read this or look at it too often. But yeah, you should have it there if you're playing with more than one hero. Just keep track of who's actually gone on the turn. So it is kind of useful, has a game mechanic purpose too. But I guess you could use any kind of token you want to flip or something like that, like a little Netrunner style, have action tokens or something. But yeah. So now, where are we starting? I say we start as close as we can to this token in the middle, so we can go step on it and stop the boss from grabbing it. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But that might not be the right thing. But that's what I do to try to stop him from picking them up, because he has to be in the space to pick them up. I could just let him grab that one and be fine with it. Maybe go for some loot instead, or go after the minion that comes up. But I think I'll start here. But I also like to start like here, so I can go grab this loot, and this is where the enemy would spawn. So whenever a minion spawns, if we see a minion this turn, I could go here and fight that minion. So yeah. So you can, like George is saying, people prefer to play this with more heroes. Play it 2-handed, play it 3-handed, play it 4-handed, whatever you want to do. But I am a sucker for solo games that play true solo, where I can just use one character, and that has this. Okay, I love it. I love that it has it. And that's the way I'll be playing it. I have other players that live in the house with me that I can force into playing with me. Just kidding. I can strongly convince to play with me. So I can have other humans playing on the board with me to get that feeling of playing with someone else beside you at the joysticks, So that's the way I prefer to play. But yes, you can totally play multi-handed, no problem. All right. So I think I want to get this tactic into play, this Riding Lightning, so I can get some power at the end of every turn. Tigor Meaties here. Hello. I usually level up with the tactic card and kill a minion for loot before closing in on the boss. I feel the same way. It's super risky to go over here because he won't attack, but then he'll move for this token because it'll be the only one on the board most likely. And then I have to deal with him, so I have to either run from him or fight with him, and you don't want to go toe-to-toe with the boss. He will beat you down. You got to build up and get ready. And that's part of the fun with the digital app. You can try whatever you want, because you can just quickly reset up the next game and try again. And that's the way I was doing with this game, because I didn't want to spend the time of setting it up every time. So I was like trying just different combos and stuff on there. It was neat. So first we got to draw a threat card. Let's see what happens from the minion. I'm going to start here on the left. And he's got his N40 Punisher knife here. So when this activates, he'll attack each fighter engaged with him. If no fighter is attacked this way, you shuffle this card in the enemy deck to deal a fighter nearest to Dimitri 1 direct damage. So he will throw this knife. This goes up into his area, not my threat area. Okay, so now we can act. So that sucks. There's no minion over here. So I'm not yet, but I'm sure one will appear. So let's just slap down a Riding Lightning. So we're going to throw this Tempest card into play. So before each of our attacks, I can discard a power to gain 1 extra die for the attack. At the end of your turn, I can gain a power, and then as a feint, I could throw this card to the discard pile and move a number of spaces equal to my power. So this guy's all built around the power mechanic. Wild Inferno says, just like Van Damme in Bloodsport, you have to remember your training before defeating the villain. Or go out drinking and dance and become a meme on the internet. You could also do that. I think that was Bloodsport where he did that. I watched so many of those Van Damme movies a few months back. Yeah, which Bloodsport influenced like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of these kind of games are like influenced heavily by those type of movies, which you can definitely see that in this game. All right, so I'll play that as my play card. I will move. What do I want to do? Yeah, I guess I don't really have an action. Oh, I guess I could sprint, right? Or do a defend. Maybe I'll do a defend. Yeah, see, I could have moved up here, interacted with this, but then I wouldn't have defense tokens to keep it. So I'll just move over here. We'll grab this loot. And we'll throw it, I guess, right here. And we got a Stink Bomb. Anytime you may discard this card to move an enemy up to 3 spaces. Throw that there. Throw these out of the way. Oh, Kickboxers where he did the dancing thing in. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I watched a whole bunch of those movies like back to back, and yeah, I don't remember which one was which. I hadn't seen them since I was like a teenager. All right. Yeah, so we could sprint, we could defend. Yeah, I think the app only has base box stuff, Wild Inferno, from what I saw. Because I recognized all the characters, all the enemy decks and stuff. I don't think any of it was extra at this time. I'm sure if people keep buying into the app, they'll add DLC stuff later. That's how most board game apps usually work that have like expandable content. So yeah, it's just base game stuff. For me, that's fine because that's all I have. So I like that it's on par with my collection, that I can just play and learn and experiment and stuff. From anywhere in the house. Okay, so I will just do the gain 2 random defense tokens. I mean, I'm standing here beside a spawn point. I'm risking a Boris coming into play and grabbing me. No, I'm gonna move a sprint. I'm gonna sprint up to this spot. Oh, it has Redemption 1 included. Unlockable bosses, says George in the chat. That I didn't know. Yeah, I would say look at the app if you have all the collection of Street Masters and you're used to like playing with everything and mixing your favorite stuff from the expansions. It's just a cool way to play Street Masters, like if you travel a lot, let's say, because you're not going to bring your Street Master collection with you. But you could play like, on a plane or in a hotel or while you're waiting in line somewhere, That's what I like it for. But I wouldn't choose to play it at home if I have a spare table empty where I can set this up. This game doesn't take long to get to the table and playing, so. But it's good for traveling. And yeah, it's only on Android and iOS, not on Steam at this time, which I was kind of sad about, but it's mainly for playing on the go, and it works pretty good on there. Just like some of the fonts are a little small on the phone, but it still works. I wish you could pinch and zoom on some things, but I don't think you can. It doesn't seem like it works. All right, so that's my turn. React phase. So I have nothing in my threat area because it was a gear card this guy got. Draw phase, I'll draw a card. Come on, man. Another copy of Riding Lightning. This is junk. Junk. Okay. I need some more Tempest cards. So now we'll go to the boss deck. So we activate Dimitri. he attacks, but he's not engaged with anyone, so he won't attack. We're going to resolve his equip effect. Then he'll retreat 1 space, but again, he's not engaged, so he won't retreat anywhere. So we'll discard the top card of the enemy deck. It is not a gear card, it is a tactics card. So we'll just throw it in the discard pile. And then if no gear card enters play this way, he gains a random defense token. And he gets a punch defense, which is my specialty, so that kind of sucks. And then we go here, we activate this card, the Punisher. Dimitri attacks each fighter engaged with him. If no fighter attacked this way, shuffle this card into the enemy deck to deal the nearest fighter 1 direct damage. I'll take a damage. You know what? I'm gonna put some dice though. Oh yeah, I have a power from the end of turn. Thank you so much. Yeah. I should have a power from the end of turn. Tactic goes on the right. No, it goes to the discard pile. Yeah, it goes to the discard pile from his effect, right? Discard the top card of the enemy deck, then put the topmost gear card in the enemy discard pile into play. Yeah, but we have no gear card. Yeah, this is not from the threat phase. This is just that we're resolving the enemy card. So we put the knife in, we took 1 direct damage. Now we'll go to the stage phase, right? I should flip this card. Then we activate from left to right. So now we got to resolve the objective token. So this guy's going to move 3 spaces towards this one, and then he's going to pick it up. We'll throw that on him active, and he'll take this card, which we will just throw it here for now. Well, it's attached to him, but I just don't have much space to do it right now. I guess we could just do it like this. Okay, so he gets +1 direct damage every time he attacks. That was his ability, not the stage draw. Okay, so we activated this, so that's done. Now we draw a card, and we get a stray grenade event. So the fighter with the fewest minions in their threat area plays this card in their threat area, which is, I'm the only player, so it's coming to me. And it has an interact action, which I could do on my turn for my action step. If this card is in your threat area, discard this card and deal 3 damage to a figure up to 4 spaces away. Then each figure adjacent to that figure suffers 1 direct damage. Then it has an activate. This card deals you 3 general damage, then discard this card. So if I don't deal with this, this is going to blow up on me. This is going to blow up. So yeah, fun times. Okay, so that's that. I flip this over, and now we go to the threat phase. So we draw off the Brotherhood deck. And this jerk face gets his modified RPG 7 gear card, which does not go in this. It will go over here, and it has an activate on it. If this card has no power on it, place 1 power on it. Otherwise, Dimitri chooses the nearest fighter and discards 1 power from this card to attack each figure within 4 spaces of that fighter. Each fighter that suffered damage this way discards 1 card they control. So this guy's going to be shooting rockets every other turn around the board as he loads a new rocket in. He's going to be firing them across the board at us, which is bananas that he got this early, because this is trouble. This is trouble. But the cool part is, if we stay close to him, it will hit him. And I've won many times doing that, so it just sucks that it hits us also. And because he has that token, he'll be doing a direct damage. But that's fine. That's fine. He can hit himself too. Yeah, this kind of sucks. This might be not the best playthrough for us. Yeah, let's see how far we can go. All right. So that was that threat. Now it's our turn. So let's see here. We can try to maybe knock that token out of his hand. The objective token. We need to throw this though. This has to go. So let's throw this. Interact. If this card's in your threat area, discard this, deal 3 general damage to a figure up to 4 spaces away. So he's 4 spaces away. I'll just throw this grenade at him. The general damage first hits these tokens, so that's gone, which is good. And then the rest he'll have to suffer. So he's going to take 3 hits. Let's do it with the dice. So he takes 3, what was it? Or 2 hits? 2 hits? Where's the damage? So yeah, so one general takes that away. Anytime he gets hit, if he doesn't have a token to throw away, he will drop the objective token into an adjacent space of our choosing. So let's just throw it right here so we can go run and jump on it. Or maybe not. Yeah, we have a stink bomb, so maybe we do that. We can knock him away. Where is Natalia when you need her? Okay. That was using an interact, so that's our action. We can move and play a card still. How do we want to do this? Oh, we maybe should have played this first, the Drawn from the Sky. We could have got rid of the defense token, healed one. Man. We can also move one back by throwing away a Riding Lightning. I'm trying to think here. So I can move... How do I want to do this? I think you should move to him and touch him with the fists. Can I do that? So I could move one, okay, or move two or whatever, just so I'm not engaged. And then I can play Sky Strike. If you're unengaged, you may move up to 2 spaces and attack. This is going to be a kick attack. Then you may discard any number of power, dealing the target 1 general damage for each power discarded. Yeah, we can do that. So that will play. We'll move to this spot. We're now engaged. Before that, let's just... I don't know. Do I want to spend the power for a general damage, or do I want to roll a die and possibly lead to either exploding dice, getting some guard? I think I want to just have extra dice. So I'm going to spend this before an attack to discard one, or to get an extra die roll. We're going to roll 3 dice on this. We just get 3 hits on him. So this will go up to 5. He's a quarter of the way there. Be a while. Now I'm going to use a stink bomb. And discard this to move an enemy up to 3 spaces. Let's just move him. Where do we want to get him? Let's just move him back to his starting spot. I just want to keep him away from objective tokens, I guess. Probably the best idea. Don't put him near one. I don't know. We'll just throw that in this little discard here. So we moved. We played a card. We interacted with the grenade, so that was our action. I don't have any exhaust effects. I could feint. You can do feint effects. Move a number of spaces equal to your power. I have no power, so that's pointless. All right, so we will gain a power off of Riding Lightning. And there's no react phase. We'll draw a card. Come on. All right, Gathering Storm. I like this one. Helps us get a power at the start of our turn. There's the one that you exhaust to do like an extra attack. Love that. You're standing on it. He can't grab it. That's the idea. That's why I pushed him away. Yeah, over my dead body. Exactly. So hopefully I can pick this up. I just need some defense tokens. And then I'll feel confident picking it up. And then I can use it against them. Because I have to have defense tokens to throw away. Or else I'll drop that objective. That's why I'm not picking it up. Also, I know there's a card in, I think, this stage deck that punishes the person holding like the most objective tokens or something like that. So I'm in no rush to pick it up right now because I don't need to get hit by that card. He will just move up to you always, so using the stink bomb was a waste. How is it a waste? He's not going to attack me on his activate now. How is that a waste? Wild Inferno. I don't know. I don't agree with you there. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, because he would attack here and do the modified RPG. This way I only have to deal with the RPG. That's the way I looked at it. It just saves me from getting hit by 8 dice plus 2 direct damage. Now it's only 4 dice and 1 direct damage. Yeah, he'll hit first. Yeah, he still has to load too. So I don't have to deal with the RPG yet, but in the future, that's the way I look at it, is just get him away from me so he's not attacking me right away. Okay. So that was me. We can flip. We're going to do the enemy turn. So he would attack. He can't. So he's going to resolve his equip effect. It's just a minion. Go into the discard pile. He'll now get a random defense token. It's a kick. I'll give him a kick token. And then the gear. He's just going to put an energy on this. He's loading the RPG. It's loaded. Okay, now we go to the stage. He's going to move towards the closest objective. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3. He'll just come near me. If there was another objective on the board, he would go for that over the one I'm standing on because he can't exactly interact with it right now. But since it's the only one on the board and it's laying on the ground, he will go after it. But he can't get to it, so now he's engaged with me. Then we'll draw a card from here. Weapon Jam. Was this what I was just talking about? If at least one figure controls an objective, this card deals that figure with the most objectives 2 general damage. This is kind of good if you let the boss pick one up, but yeah. Then the boss deals each fighter 1 direct damage for each objective it carries. So this just does nothing, which is good too, but it would have been nice if it hit him also. Punisher gear. Yeah, Weapon Jam is what I was talking about. Doesn't he pick up gear from the discard? There is no gear in the discard. Yeah, it has to be gear, right? This is a tactic. Tactic, minion. If this counts as gear, that's bad game design. Because it says specifically gear card. And he has a whole bunch of gear cards in the deck. But I don't think it's the tactic. It doesn't say tactic, just topmost gear card. I don't know if the original Dimitri worked different, because this is like the 2nd edition version. What happened to the Punisher? Shuffled back into his deck. He shuffles it back into his deck after he throws it at you. That's where that goes. Pretty sure. Okay. So that was, whoops. We drew the Weapon Jam. Now it's our turn. Let's grab a new threat card. Oh, look, we got the Punisher back. Activate. Dimitri attacks each fighter engaged with it. If no fighter attacked this way, shuffle this card into the enemy deck to deal the fighter nearest to Dimitri 1 direct damage. So that's just going to go over here for now. So he'll activate that later. Again, no minions. What is with this? I need some minions to beat up to get loot. This is a very weird game. This is not how it normally goes for me. Which adds to the replayability. Alright. So now we are going to, I don't know, do what? Get Gathering Storm into play, I think. Oh, no, let's pick up the objective, I think. And just run away with it. But then we can't get defense tokens, right? I think we need to start attacking so we can get defense tokens. Let's just do it from here. Let's just stay on this spot. I don't know. I could stay here, but then going toe-to-toe with the boss, that's not going to work out for me. I could feint off Riding Lightning to get away. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I need to move. I have no defense tokens though. So to pick that up is an interact action, and that uses up my action spot, so I can't do a defend. I have to attack, hopefully get some defense tokens, but then that using an attack, now I can't interact. Jab and move, jab and move. Yeah, but I don't want to leave that token there. So I'm like stuck. But I could feint and move off of that. But then again, that's not helping me either. All right. We're going to drop in Gathering Storm. In the future, at the start of my turn, we'll gain a power. I could just do a defend action, but I think I'm going to attack. Yeah, I'm just going to attack, and maybe I'll just let him take the objective. Okay. I don't believe Dimitri would have moved on his turn, by the way. Yeah, he does move 100%. I reread this right before starting today just to make sure. It's in the rule book. At least the rulebook I have. I don't know if it's in the original, but we can look. Just so we're playing it right. But I saw lots of people have this issue on Board Game Geek. It was like a thing that's like not obvious. Where is it? All right. Moving, advancing, and retreating enemies. When an enemy figure is moved by a card effect, it either moves, advances, or retreats. Moving is a general term used when an enemy moves regardless of its current position. Enemies may move through spaces containing other enemies, but not fighters. Bosses, however, can move through any space, no matter what figure is in its space. Yada, yada, yada. When a game effect moves an enemy, the effect will indicate what the enemy is moving toward, typically an inactive objective or another figure. Enemies will always take the shortest path to their destination and will move up to their full movement until they reach their destination. In the case of multiple paths that are equidistant, the enemy's destination, players choose which path the enemy takes. However, enemies will avoid ending their movement and engage with the fighter unless there are no valid spaces. There was advancing. Oh, right here, the nearest thing. I think it's this, right? When an enemy activation effects refers to the nearest target, fighter, objective, etc., and implies the nearest eligible target following the most eligible path. If the target nearest the activating enemy is for any reason inaccessible, an objective in the same space as a fighter, an objective on a block space, etc., the enemy will ignore that target for the activation and move toward the nearest eligible target that it could eventually reach using the quickest path and the least number of directions. If all objectives are inaccessible, that's the case we're in right now, for any reason, such as fighters occupying their space, for example, then the enemy will target the nearest objective space occupied by a fighter. There you go. So this is what we are doing right here. So it's right in the rules. For anyone who's curious, in the rulebook I have at least, it matches the latest rulebook online. That's how it works. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. But yeah, if he has another option, he would go for that one. But if this is the only inactive. Yeah, okay. So, where were we? We played a card. We're going to fight him. Do we channel Tempest him? Spend a power for the extra attack? I think so. Okay, so we're going to roll 3 dice and attack the boss. We're using Channel Tempest. We're getting an extra die off Riding Lightning. And we get 3 hits plus a guard. So the guard, since it's a punch attack, we get a punch defense token. Throw that right there, I guess. And then we gain 1 power for each Tempest card we control. We control 2. So let's gain 2 power. Okay. And 3 damage to the boss man. It was all punch damage. So this kick defense doesn't block it. So he just goes up to 8. Where is the dice? I guess we can just throw 2. Okay, so he's got 8 hits, right? Now we are going to move 3 spaces, I guess. Let's go 1, 2, 3. We'll just go over here. We'll let him go for that objective token for now. We moved. We played a card and we did our action to fight. So now there's nothing to react. Again, we don't have any minions. This is so weird. And then we're going to draw. We drew another Sky Strike. If you're engaged, you may move up to 2 spaces. A kick attack, flying kick attack. Okay, end of our turn, we're going to get another power thanks to Riding Lightning. And we'll also get a power at the start of our turn. So help me remember that. Mel painted them, Vinyl. Mel painted them. Yeah, Mel painted these. But they are painted. The bases are normally like gray. This is just gray miniatures and you snap on colors for the minions. But I think that's silly. That's like a waste of time. So at minimum, if I was just painting this and Mel never painted miniatures, I would have just painted the bases on all these. Kind of like we do in Zombicide and that with those kind of, so we can tell them at least tell them apart on stream and stuff. Because you need a way to tell them which cards they match up to, right? So this is like very important. Okay. So flip, we do the enemy turn. So this guy can't attack, he's not engaged. So then we will resolve his equip effect. And it's just an event, so we're just throwing it to the discard pile. He'll get a random defense token because he missed on the gear. There's no gear in the discard pile right now. So he will get a grapple defense. Okay. And now we go to the RPG. So he's going to remove this power token to fire a rocket at me. He's going to hit me. Let's just make sure we do this correctly. He chooses the nearest fighter. That's me. And discards 1 power from this card to attack each figure within 4 spaces of that fighter. So I'm the fighter. Anyone within 4 spaces, including him and myself, we're both going to get hit. He hasn't picked up this token yet, so he gets no extra direct damage. But his attack is 4 dice according to his card up here. So he's doing this attack against me and himself. And I believe you just roll the dice once. So it is 2 kicks, a punch, and a grapple. So we'll do myself first. I have a punch here. I might as well just turn that to an energy, I think. Yep. So that prevents 1 hit. So I take 3 other hits, which I'll just replace this with a 4 die here. I want to use these big white ugly discs. And that's that. Then he hits himself. Oh, I have to discard a card too. That's the other problem. I'll just discard the Riding Lightning, I think, since I have another one in hand. So I'll just discard that, but he makes me discard a card. And then he gets hit. So he's going to use these. So they will block 2 of the damage. And then he'll take 2 more, up to 10. Yeah, all these minions they're just like spectators. I don't know, it's a bad shuffle. Or at least the minions we've seen, they just discard off the deck. This is very weird situation. Him getting this like very early and no minions in play. Like this is the first time I've ever seen this, which is cool. Very awkward. This is not normally how the game plays, at least the majority of times I play. I promise these minions come into play, I swear. Usually first turn I get grabbed by like a Boris being greedy in the corner with a crate, and then it's like I'm a little bit in trouble. Or a couple Anastasias come out after each other and they're like firing me at me from across the map. I'm like running around trying to kill them. Or knock them out. Okay. So that's that. Then he's going to throw this thing at me. So 1 direct damage. So I'm up to 5. And we'll shuffle this back into the deck. Bloodsport playthrough, yes. Yeah, Colin says, I've had a few games against him like this. It can get a bit bizarre for sure. But that's the coolness of this game. Like, it has this whole, what do they call it again? The MDS system, the modular deck system is what they're coining it. But from my understanding, it's just like ripped off from games like Sentinels of the Multiverse. But this like just adds the whole board and miniatures into it. But yeah, you just grab the decks and you smash them together, and the combos, like there's so many combos in the game that it's like things will just get wacky and weird at some points. Like you're drawing off all these different random decks, so things will just get wonky. But the fact is like still playable means like it is play tested pretty decently. At least the second revision of the game, I guess, is a lot better for that. But all right, so I got my direct damage. He threw a knife at me. Okay, so now we go here. He's gonna move towards this token, pick it up. And I'll just throw this up here. Okay, so he's getting the extra direct damage on his attacks now by holding a weapons cache. Now we'll draw a card off here. Oh, we got a recovered sidearm gear. The fighter with the least minions in their threat area, which is me, attaches this card to the minion furthest away from them. If no minions are in play, discard this and draw 1 stage card. Another weapon jam. If at least 1 figure controls an objective, this card deals the figure with the most objectives 2 general damage. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, take that, buddy. That's what you get for being greedy with the tokens. Not letting me have one. Then the boss deals each fighter 1 direct damage for each objective it carries. Sucker. All right. That's been working out good though. This deck's been treating me nice, I think. Okay, So now it's our turn. We're going to draw a threat. Holy, we got a minion in play. Look at this. Finally. Finally. All right, let's throw this here. Actually, we'll do it here. And she's going to come in with a kick defense and a grapple defense by default, which is symbolized on our cards here. 4 health, attacks for 1. And we'll deal with her activation after I'm done my turn. But she's going to come into play at the closest spawn point. And where I am, it's equidistant to this one. Or no, actually, it's this one's closer, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so she'll come up here. She goes to the closest one. So she starts up in the right corner. Oh, yes, he just took damage, didn't he? You're right. Yes, he drops this. He drops this. He doesn't have a defensive token to throw away. You are correct. I'll just throw that back in the middle spot there. I can choose any adjacent spot. Thank you. You're correct. It's anytime he takes damage is what it says, I think. Each time a figure carrying an objective token suffers any amount of damage, that figure must discard 1 defense token. If you're unable to, that figure drops 1 objective token. Yeah. Sweet. So his weapon jammed, and he dropped his weapon cache. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like it. I like it. Fell right into it. All right. So now what? Go get Anastasia, I think. Or do we stay near the boss so the RP... Oh, he's going to load the RPG next turn, right? So we have a turn here. I don't have any defense tokens. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to do a Sky Strike. If you're unengaged, you may move up to 2 spaces and attack. I'm going to move up to 2 spaces, get right in Anastasia's face, and try to kick it. Kick it nice and good. Dimitri's vulnerable, I should go for him. Yeah, probably should, right? But it'll just end the playthrough. So I'm trying to stretch it out a bit and deal with some minions. Part of the show, part of the show. All right. So yes, you would just rip on the boss at this point. He's got his RPG. He has no defensive tokens. This is the time you just pound on the boss and try to race him down to 20, which we only need 8 more damage on him. So yes, I could just stand beside him, run up to him, and just hit him for another attack, rolling a bunch of dice. But so I could do that, or I could go after Anastasia, pick up some loot, come back, fight him again. The funny part is if I get into the right position... yeah, I could do that actually. Let's see. I was here, right? She will come closer to me eventually, right? Yeah, this is a thing. Like, part of me wants to just run up there and punch the crap out of her, get a bunch of loot, and then we go back after the boss. But he may draw into... He has like a vest thing where he gets a whole bunch of defense tokens, and then it becomes like ridiculous. Yes, I'll put in another quarter if we end very fast. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do that. I mean, we could just kick him and not do any move right now. And then we can interact. How do we do this? We can move, interact, but we can Sky Strike him. Although I want to get Riding Lightning back into play. And then we just move into our regular attack, and then we power up, right? Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so we're going to just do the Riding Lightning, boring play, throw this into play. Oh, start of our turn, we should have gained a power. Should have gained a power, right? Then, so we played a card. We'll just move onto the token. Okay. The problem is, I'll be beside him still. Yeah, see, I don't want to do it that way. I don't think. I can Sky Strike, which gets me on the space, pick up the token and run. but I still don't have a defensive token. Let's just see what happens with the Sky Strike. So we're going to play this for the kick. It'll move up here. We engage. 2 dice. Forward, B, flying kick. Oh, man. All right, so we got a hit and a guard. Where's the die? So another hit on him and a guard token. This was a kick, so we'll get a kick defense token. Okay, so at least we got a guard. That's what I really wanted there. All right, so now we're going to interact. We're going to pick up this token. We're going to steal it from him. Okay, we get the weapons cache. And then let's move 1, 2, 3. Right, so I played a card to move in and kick. I used my action to pick up. And then I moved to get into a space where when I get rocket shot, hopefully, I know he's not going to shoot yet. But I want to work my way towards Anastasia. And then when he shoots at me, he'll hit himself and her, I hope. That's my plan. But I got to stay close to him, but not too close. I think that's the idea. I think. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. All right. So now we'll activate Anastasia. If unengaged, deal the nearest fighter 6 space from this enemy 1 direct damage. Just shot me. Okay. Then I draw a card. Another Gathering Storm. Okay. Now we will go to the enemy turn. So he will do his gear thingy. Oh, see, there's his trusty Kevlar. That's what I was worried about. But when this activates, if he has less than 5 defense tokens, he gains 3 random defense tokens. Oh, do I lose my defense? Oh yes, from the direct damage. You're right. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. So that's to keep this token in my possession, right? So he gets this gear. Yeah, I had to drop a defense to keep the weapons cache. Okay. So he gets that. Now that's that. He'll get he got a gear, so we don't do a random defense token. The RPG will get a power. He's loading up a rocket in it. Then he goes to the gear. He doesn't have 5 defense tokens, so he's going to gain 3 random. Puts on some Kevlar. So 2 grapple. 2 grapple. Oh, just throw them. I don't know. 2 grapple and a kick. Okay, that's that. Now we go to here. There's no objectives in play, so he is not moving towards any inactive objective. This part is skipped, is my understanding. But now here's another one. So the green one is in play. Oh, how convenient. How convenient. All right, anyways. All right, so that's that. Now our turn, we're going to draw this thing. Oh, we got Drago coming into play. Okay, this is the only thing I'm not 100% on. I know it's... I'm pretty sure the green Drago tries to come out in this occupied one, but he'll just go into a space near it, right? I'm pretty sure he still spawns from the closest one. He just goes into a space nearby, right? For those who know how to play. Or do I have to choose another empty spawn point? That's the only thing I'm not sure. I'll wait for you guys if any of you guys know. Oh, he goes to the nearest empty unless they're all blocked. Okay. So Anastasia's been like blocking him from going up here then, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put him down here. Excuse me. Yeah, I stopped and I had a monologue going, and then these enemies just keep showing up. All right, so this guy will come in with 2 grapple. 2 grapple. I don't care about. But at the start of my turn, I don't have that other one, right? I need to play this. Nope. Oh yeah, I do. At the start of my turn, gain a power. So once I gain the 6 power, we will get rid of those. And we'll flip. We charge up to the other side, which now we attack with 3 dice. And the attack may target up to 3 different enemies within 4 spaces of you. Then flip this card. Yummy, yummy. All right. I like it. Yeah. Maybe I don't want to be playing with too many minions on the board. All right. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get the Riding Lightning into play. Don't have power right now for it, so it doesn't really matter. I could move, grab this, and then I'm kind of just stuck there. Could ignore that token for now. I could attack right now. The boss is within 4 spaces, so is she. I could just do this attack, but it's only 3 dice, but I do get +1 direct damage. And Wild Inferno's giving us a tip here. Forward, down, forward, strong punch is the move I should do. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I might as well just do my power attack. I like to only do that when I'm kind of like built up a little more, so I can throw like an extra die on there from Riding Lightning and having that second weapons cache maybe. But yeah, I think we just go for it. All right, so let's see what happens. So it's a punch attack, 3 dice. We get to hit the boss and Anastasia. We got 3 hits and a guard. So the guard will get me a punch defense. And it has 1 extra direct damage. So Anastasia doesn't have any punch defense tokens. So all that damage is going right through. Plus the direct damage is enough to kill her. So she's gone. And she goes to the enemy discard pile. She leaves the map. I get a loot for defeating a minion. So I get a leather whip, which I don't even know if I have a grapple attack, to be honest, as this character. I forget. But I could discard this during my grapple attack to add +2 to the attack. Not really the greatest. So no draw goes there. Okay. Oh, and we gotta hit the boss, right? So the boss gets hit with 3 punch. He has no punch defense either. Really? Well, that's another 4 hits on him. So we'll throw this to the 5 side. He doesn't have an objective token right now, so we don't need to discard to drop anything, right? Oh, every fighter does have all the attacks? Okay, okay. So it's just probably more rare in this guy's, right? So it probably has like 1 or 2 cards maybe? Each character has each type of attack on attack cards at the minimum. Oh, okay. Good thing, Colin. I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay, that makes sense. I thought he did have 1. I haven't seen it, I don't think. It's in there somewhere. Yep. Okay. So that was just an attack. So I flip this over. Once I'm done that, there's nothing else, right? Yep, we just flip that over. Okay. So he's at 17, 3 more damage and he's done. Okay. Didn't play a card yet, right? Didn't play a card yet. He's gonna fire the RPG, so I don't really want to move too far. I might just go after his loot actually. So let me see what that loot is first. 1, 2. Take the loot token off. It's some cash. Anytime you may discard this card to exhaust a minion within 4 spaces of you. Okay. I have 1 more point of movement. The picking up the crates doesn't stop movement. Colin saying the basic breakdown of the deck tend to be 3 copies of each punch attack, a kick attack, a grapple attack, and then 3 different tactics, 9 total cards, and 2 abilities, 6 cards for a 24 card deck. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure in expansions it like messes with that formula a little more probably, right? But in the base set, that makes sense. Keep it like kind of like similar for people to understand and learn. Keep each fighter more well-rounded, I guess. Okay. So not the loot I was looking for. So I need to move one more this way, I think. So I'm within 1, 2, 3, 4. So his RPG will hit him. Or can I get within... he's gonna go first, right? So maybe... he'll be within 4 also. So yeah, I'll just go right here. Can't recall, there's so many fighters. Oh my god, that's overwhelming. All right. So I moved. I did an action. I haven't played a card. We're going to throw Riding Lightning back into play. Okay, so at the end of my turn, I'll gain a power. This Drogo guy will go. He'll advance 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Toward the nearest fighter and attack. Then if unengaged, he gains a random defense token. So he'll get a grapple defense. So he's got 3 grapple defense. I think that's not my specialty. Okay. And that's that. So I draw a card. Another drawn from the sky. Man, where's that one that I get to exhaust every turn and do a little attack? That's my favorite one, I think. All right. So enemy. He can't attack. He's going to do the gear thing. Just an Anastasia. So that'll just get discarded. He gets a random defense token because of that, though. Which is a punch. So now he has a single punch defense. And then we go here. He's going to fire the RPG. So he'll fire a rocket on us. And he's going to roll his 4 dice. He doesn't have any extra attack damage. We get a punch, 2 kicks, and a grapple. I will not use this to defend. So when I get hit, I will discard this to keep the objective token. Okay, so I take 4 damage. So we shoot up to 10. We're halfway there. Not great. Oh, and nope, he doesn't have one. And then he hits himself for 1 kick, 1 punch, and 1 grapple gun. So he takes 1 damage, right? There's only 1 got through. And then he hits Drago here. He loses a grapple and takes 3 other damage out of his 8. Yeah, defense token on yourself is optional, but for the enemy, you must take away defense tokens if they're taking any kind of damage. But for you, you can choose to pass on it. That's something actually that I didn't realize when I read the rules the first time from the physical game. I learned that from the app, actually. I went through the tutorial in the app, and they recommended that when they were like walking you through the first like stage walkthrough. They recommended like, here's why you don't want to do it, and here's why you might want to save some for the objective and all this kind of thing. So it kind of explains it, and that's when I was like, oh yeah, that's a cool little option. Yeah, so he's shooting an RPG around the board, Vinyl. So Vinyl's asking, why is everyone getting hit? What's happening here? So every other turn, he loads this thing up with a rocket. Then he fires it at the nearest fighter. Then everyone gets hit. So I have to discard another card. This is ridiculous. I will discard a Gathering Storm. I think I have one in hand. Yeah, I do. So I'll just discard Gathering Storm. So he hits me. I have to discard a card because I'm a fighter. but everyone else within 4 spaces of me also gets hit from the blast. Worms, yeah. So it's like a very messy weapon. Very messy weapon. That's why I stay within 4 spaces of him, so he's also getting hit by it, not just me. And I think that's the key. If you try to run away from him, he still hits you with it. And yes, you can use it to help hit all the minions surrounding you, which is nice. He discarded his punch defense. Do not. Oh yeah, for dropping the token. Yeah, I don't drop the objective because I chose to discard the 1 punch defense token I had. I chose to throw it away instead of dropping the token based on the stage rules for this stage. And I didn't use it to defend a turn into power on purpose for that. Lots of little decisions you can do here to mess with this game. I like it. All right, so that was him activating. Then the Kevlar thing, he doesn't have 5 defense tokens, so he's going to get 3 random. Kick, a punch, and a grapple. Nice variety there. All right. Cool. Next we go to the stage deck. He's going to go towards the green token over here. Okay, now we draw a card off of here. Oh, the blue token's coming into play. The next weapons cache. Where's that? Over here. Blue is up here. Okay. First says, my favorite thing with the Aftershock Kickstarter is the colored defense tokens. Oh, that's cool. A lot easier to play with versus the black and white. Ah, yeah, that'd be a nice touch, actually. That'd be a nice touch. I just wish they were a little smaller. That's the only thing. Like, it's nice to handle, like, big tokens, but, like, sometimes you have piles of them, and then they're on cards that you want to flip or read. They're just very big for that. So you need to, like, keep your piles, like, off the cards and stuff to not be too messy. But if they're good for video, because you guys can see them, I like them for that. But just personally, I wish they were a little bit smaller. Or they came with dice that I could track. But anyone can get dice, so that's not a problem. All right. So that was that. Over to our turn. We're going to grab another card off here. Uh-oh. Hold them back. An event. Each Boris in play may immediately attack, gaining +1 grapple result. There's no Boris. And then it says, if no Boris is in play, Dimitri gains 3 random defense tokens. Well, that's fun. We get another punch and 2 kicks. So he's up to 3 kick, 2 punch, 2 grapple. That's great. This is what happens if you leave him too long. He'll just build up this like defensive wall once he gets the Kevlar going. But I forgot that's a thing. All right. So it's our turn. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I feel like we just go punch him. But again, he has 2 punch defense. I might use a cash this turn. Oh, I do have Drawn from the Sky. I can discard 2 defense tokens of your choice from each enemy within 4 spaces of you, then heal 1 damage for each enemy affected by this with this card. I think I might do that to heal 2. I'll get rid of both defense off Drago. I can take away the 2 punch off of him. Right? In my hand, just for those who don't know, I don't have an attack, unfortunately. I have another Riding Lightning. I have another Gathering Storm, both tactics cards. I have 2 Drawn from the Skies. So they can rip off defense tokens, so that might help with my attack actually getting through, which should just end the game, I think, if I'm mathing this correctly. So I'm going to play Drawn from the Sky. So discard 2 defense tokens of your choice from each enemy within 4 spaces of you, then heal 1 damage for each enemy affected by this card. So I will take away the 2 punch off of the boss man. I'll take away the 2 grapple off of Drago. I'll heal 2, going down to 8 damage against my 20 health. And then I'm just going to... Oh yeah, the problem is it's not for sure on the attack. And the minion, if I move in the right spot, Yeah, I wish I had like a grapple attack so I could use this leather whip. I probably... So sorry. This guy's going to move 3 on his turn unless I give him some cash. 1, 2, 3. So if I just move 2 up to here. And I will attack, but I'm going to spend a power to use the ride lightning effect, so I roll 3 dice. And I do get 1 direct for the objective. So as long as I roll some good hits here, we're fine. That's my plan. So I was mathing out that we should be able to finish him here, but these could roll all guard symbols, and that wouldn't finish him. But I would be happy getting some defense. That'd be nice. We did roll all guard symbols, but we did get 2 hits in there. So those 2 hits will go through, plus the direct damage off the weapons cache, which should hit him for 3, right? So we're at 12, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we definitely rocked him there, right? Boom! Yeah, because this is punch damage. He has no punch defense. And then the direct damage doesn't care about his defense tokens. And we got him. We got him. Boom! But yeah. So he didn't even have a single objective at the end of the game. I feel good about that part. Usually he's got 1 or 2 running around the board, and I'm like constantly knocking them out of his hand while I have 1 or 2, and we play this little game back and forth. But these didn't come out till later. It's very, very weird how it went here, but it still worked out. It's still cool. Yeah, there's the crits. I was hoping for a hit in the crits, which would add in hits also, but yeah, there's lots of hits. Like, you're most likely you're going to get a hit. But, you know, you still could roll all guards and then be a little bit sad, but yeah, finish him. So yeah, that is Street Masters. Any questions? Any questions? But yeah, that's Street Masters. You know what we'll do? It's only not even 3 yet. We'll do one more, and we'll try Megan this time. Who is, she's more healing, focused on kicks, not as power dealing as this guy, and I don't think she's got any range attacks really. This guy has tons of range, I felt like before. At least, there are cards that do it. So, he has stuff like this where you can kind of do a get over here, and you can pull an enemy towards you, and then attack, which would have been nice, but I threw that away at the beginning, we didn't see another one. Shockwave. Here, attack 2. This attack may target an enemy up to 3 spaces away. Before this attack, you may discard 2 power and have this attack target 1 additional enemy for each power discarded. So this is another kind of like range one I didn't see. Where's the other one? This one. This is my favorite card of his. This Aura Bakudan. Exhaust. You just exhaust this, so it doesn't waste an action. So I can do this in addition to an attack. And you attack for 1 die. This attack deals general damage and may target an enemy within 6 spaces. And then the feint ability is like amazing. You get to attack, and the attack deals direct damage and may target an enemy within 6 spaces. But before you attack, you may discard any number of power, gaining +1 die for each power discarded. So it's like a super huge, like 6 space away, like giant fireball that just like, yeah. This is the card I was very sad I didn't see in this playthrough. This is my favorite. I just like doing the little chip damage with the card, knocking away defense tokens and stuff to then get in your big attacks. But yeah, so he plays differently based on like what cards you see, which is neat. Player 1, insert coin. Press any key to continue. Yes, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna put in another quarter. Because this game's like even more of a rip-off arcade game. You win and it still asks you to put another quarter in, I guess. So yeah. We'll get rid of this guy. This is Kyo Ryu. We'll throw him off to the side. And we'll put these back in there. We'll shuffle this stuff up. And we'll just play on the same stage. And we'll play with the same enemies because I don't have any of the other stuff here. It's all upstairs because it's being painted. I don't even have the other decks actually for the stages. They're upstairs. So we will just play with what we have here, except for I have Megan available. So we're going to play with Megan. And we'll just throw her here for now. We'll talk about her in a second. We'll shuffle up her stuff. And we'll see how different it can play the next time here. We'll throw Dimitri over there. See you, buddy. All right, let's shuffle some decks. I'll shuffle in a second. Yeah, get ready for 5 minutes of shuffling decks here. you get a real estimate here for how long it is to just set it up and go again. But we're also going to talk about Megan a little bit here and see how different she is. My favorite so far, I forget her name. Is it Natasha or something? Natasha, the one that like gets rid of gear, and she has some really cool mechanics. I really like her playstyle. She's my favorite of the 3 that I've played. I played Ryu, I played Megan, and then I've played, she's like the pink cards. I forget the name. I think it's Natasha, but I could be wrong. Colin has to go. Prime, my Street Master minis, he says, been painting them over the past couple weeks myself. Natasha is great. Yeah, it is Natasha. Okay, that's what I thought. I just can't remember the name. And I don't have her cards near me, so. Oh, Natalia. Is it Natalia? Colin says, Brandon can get crazy with his combos. I haven't tried Brandon yet, not even in the app, so I'm excited to learn about him and try him soon. So yeah, I'll play some other games next week for those who have to take off after that playthrough. It's Natalia? Okay. Next week, we'll play the digital version of this game on Monday, just take a look at it, but then we'll come back throughout the week. I'll just be playing different mixes of heroes and scenarios, and at some point we're going to try some of the stories, where we play like a little campaign, and we'll do it over a few days, where we'll play through some of the stories and take a fighter through their story and stuff. And there's like upgrade cards you can get for their decks as you go through the stories, and there's perks and punishments and stuff. And I think that's how we'll see some of the rivals and the allies, which I'll save for the story. But yeah, you can mix that stuff in. This is called arcade mode, what we're playing today, where we just set up a scenario, play a one-shot thing. It's called arcade mode, but then there is also story mode, which I love that exists. But I haven't played that yet, but we'll do some of that stuff in the future on the channel for sure. All right, so Gone Ballistic. Yeah, let's just shuffle quick, and then we're gonna find an objective. Yeah, I like how arcade mode is so quick, like so quick. I love it. And even in the app, they have like a random setup. You can just click like random, and it'll give you like a fighter, stage, and enemies. And you pick like, I think you pick how many heroes you want, but you can pick multiple. And it's so easy, like so quick. And you're into it, which I liked. Yeah, Shane, I saw you saying that. I sold this a while ago. It makes me regret that. Going to slowly buy it back. Haha. I was overwhelmed with the content. Shane, that's exactly what I say about all these Kickstarters, like especially the Cool Mini or Not ones, and all the Kickstarters nowadays, right? The miniatures ones, they just come with too much stuff. And then you get the game in a year and a half, 2 years later, it delivers to your house, and you're like, whoa, where do I start? Like, that's a lot of stuff. I personally like getting smaller, just like backing at the lowest pledges or going to retail, buying the base box, trying the game out, play it. There's usually more than enough content in the base box before you're like bored and then want to find expansions, or bored and then move on to the next game. And half the time you don't have enough time to play through all of the expansion and stretch goal crap before you move on to the next game, and you just lose interest. So like when a game gets to like $500 in a Kickstarter, that's when I'm like, man, I'm not going to play $500 worth of that game, no matter how good it is. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Like even with Too Many Bones, I'm like slowly working my way through it all, playing the crap out of it. But like, I'm in no rush to be like, I must have the whole thing and play everything. Like, I have other games to play and not as much time as you'd think. But yeah, it's just, it can be overwhelming, and then it's like you just sell it off, right? Like, what are you going to do with it? Yeah, I'm impressed the core set so far. Like, I've played it a bunch, and like including the digital version of it, obviously. And I'm still like want to play the same fighters again and again, try them in different stages and different enemy decks and stuff. Like, I'm very impressed with the amount of replayability so far. Okay, so let's talk Megan. Did I shuffle this one? I don't know if I did. Megan, like I said, is focused on the kicking. She has this little, these things called chi cards, or her tactic cards is what they're called, right? Is that the ones you put in play? Yes, tactics, and hers are chi versus Tempest. And again, they're unique. So this card, for example, Stage Dive, gives your kick attacks, or all your attacks, sorry, +1 kick damage. After attacking an enemy, you may discard this card to deal 1 direct damage to each enemy engaged with you. So she has these channeled effects on the bottom, which trigger off of her ability here. So her Feet of Fury here, she does like a Chun-Li super fast kick thing, I guess. You attack with 2 dice. After this attack, you may resolve the channeled effect on a chi card you control. But her power-up, she only has 16 health, but her power-up is 4. So she flips over a little quicker. And then she has a 3-die attack. After this attack, you may resolve the channel effect on each of your chi cards you control. So you get to, if you get a whole bunch of chi cards in play, you get to fire all of them off, which one of them's like a heal. We will buy you the expansions, Rob. No, I don't need them right now, but I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm having a blast with the game so far, I'll admit that. But I'm worried, I get them, and then it's like, I just, I move on to other games, and then it's just like, I don't have the time to play through the stuff. But we'll see, we'll see. And I'm sure that another Kickstarter will come down the line where you can get back in on all the content, and I can pick the expansions I want. I'm just hoping some of the good expansions, they'll come as retail products. And I can just grab like a couple of them here and there. I don't need the whole all-in. I don't want that. Yeah, George, that looking at your shelf and just being like, man, I don't have time for all this. I don't want to fill up my shelves with big boxes of stuff I don't have time to play. But we'll see. Ask me in a month after I played a bunch of this, I'll probably be like, all right, I need more. But that's a lot of hours I'll get out of this box. I guarantee it. Like, I feel there's value here for sure. A lot of variety for the price. Like, I'll get more plays out of this than I would get out of a Cool Mini or Not base set, I think, of a similar kind of miniatures game. That's probably a little more expensive, actually, but that's all I can compare it to, because it's around the same price, full of miniatures, bunch of cards. I don't know. It seems like a lot of hours. Shane says, it looks like that's what Blacklist is going towards, having expansions for sale. Yeah, I'm just surprised. This game has been around, I don't know, the first Kickstarter was what, 3-4 years ago or something? Maybe closer. But I'm surprised all that's in retail is this base box and that's it that I can find. Like, no extra dice packs, no extra expansions of adding in stages and characters. Like, you only have to get it on Kickstarters, which I think is like huge missed opportunity. So hopefully they get that stuff in retail quicker, because then people who grab the base set can go throw their money at the game before they get distracted by something else. Excuse me. George, you are correct too. George says, I think it's good for the channel because there's so little content for this game online. But is there so little content because the game is not that popular and people aren't that interested? I don't know. We'll see. But if you're watching this and you want to see more of this game on the channel, hit that like button for sure. That definitely helps other people find it. YouTube will like recommend it more. Like, people who watch my videos will get recommended stuff that gets hit with more likes, is my understanding. So yeah, if you want this game to be in front of more people's eyeballs on YouTube, click the like button. It'll help them find it. Also share it too. If you guys have any groups you're in, or any subreddits or anything, or if you have anyone that would like these kind of videos, shoot them the link, send it over to them, and show them. I do plan on playing more of this on the channel too, so I do like these kind of games. Yeah, I hear the Kickstarter distribution with Blacklist has been pretty bad. They're not one of the best companies for delivering Kickstarters. That's why I just want the stuff in retail. Like, give it to Asmodee, let them handle it properly. Oh, Bernardo stuck in. Greetings from the community. Having a conversation with the giver about long forgotten memories. Not sure. Hello, Bernardo. Locator's here. All this time, I never knew there was other options besides all in. I used to be that way too. And then I found I just never could get to any of the expansion content. I backed like a lot of the first Cool Mini or Not Kickstarters, even like Xeno Shifts and stuff, and added all this extra stuff. But then I play the game a bunch with friends, and then we just like lose interest and we never get to the expansion content, and then we move on to something else. You have to like really be into a game, and the problem is with Kickstarter, you don't know if you're going to be really into the game. You're just going by pictures and preview videos and stuff, and it's like, you don't know if you're going to like it for sure. So it's like, I like to try before I buy, or just dip my toe in the water a little bit first. But anyways, all right. George has watched all the content for this game. George, you watch a lot of YouTube. You watch like all the content for a lot of these games. Barely scratched the surface. Yeah, okay. All right, so other things Megan can do. I guess we can talk. Let's see what else she can do. Yeah, so she does have kicks. She does have punches. I guess we'll just see it as we go. But I am definitely looking to get chi cards into play when we start. Just like I was trying to get tactics cards, similar to the other guy, Ryu. Yes, I'm going to call him Ryu. George, I do the same thing. I'm not making fun of you. I do the same thing. I watch a lot of YouTube playthroughs too. That's what got me into this channel like 6 years ago or whatever it was. There wasn't enough out there, so I'm like, I'll make my own. I'm gonna make my own. Then I can watch my own playthroughs. Yeah, I watch a lot of that stuff too. Yeah, sometimes you're just too tired to get the game out, set it up, and play, but you're like, I'll watch someone else play it. See what their kind of strategies are, what they do with the game. But the problem with a lot of games, you find playthroughs and they're just like a tutorial, the intro scenario, and then they move on. I'm going to be playing this, trying a bunch of different stuff. So yeah, we'll get deep in the weeds here. All right. So I shuffled everything up. Let's do our stage setup. Oh, nice. First card, blue. Okay. Oh yeah, we got to draw Megan. Draw her cards. This guy shouldn't be on the board. Starting position. I don't know. Should we just try the same thing? Go to the back corner, grab the loot, let him get a token? I feel like that's okay. I don't want to rush up there and do a sprint to grab it. I think it's silly. Yeah, we'll do that same start. I like that start. Okay, let's see what we got for the... Oh, nice. We got Stage Dive, Barrier of Will, and Protected Chi. So 3 Tactic Chi cards. This is like the best opening hand with her I've ever seen. And even a nice little attack if I want to keep it. Deal 1 grapple damage to an enemy engaged with you. Then you may move up to 2 spaces and attack. I love this one. Like, look at the art there. Like, you do a grapple damage over here, then you're doing like a jump kick across. Like, I love this whole her whole play style. Yeah, I don't know. Should I even pitch? I don't know. I think I'll keep this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hand. That's weird. I think that's the first time I've ever done that. Wow, that was a good shuffle. All right. We'll flip this over, obviously. We'll get rid of the damage. Anything else I missed in setup? I don't think so. All right, let's see what our first threat is. Oh, we got a minion to start here. This is how it's gonna go. This is how it's gonna go. That's good. She's over in the corner where I'm about to go to. That's great. She'll come in with a kick and a grapple. Kick and a grapple. Bernardo said, there's a guy that did an amazing job with this war of mine. It helped me. I've not been able to win the game through. Find it too long. I start at 10 p.m. and I quit at 12 a.m. Yeah, this War Mine's not a 2-hour game, but it tries to be, because it says like you're playing a full game. If this War Mine is like a campaign, right? That's supposed to be divided up into like 3 sessions or whatever. You're supposed to like stop after a couple hours and play it in like 3 2-hour sittings, so it's like 6-hour game. Yeah. Yeah, it's a long one. It's a long game. Yeah, you want to like set it up on a table and play it a little bit and then take a break and then come back and continue. Okay, so let's see. What was George recommending in here? You were saying... You said something in here. Oh, thanks for the kind words. Thank you, George. Let's see here. Start with Barrier of Will for the defense, then a stage dive. So Barrier of Will, let's read the cards here. At the start, and this character I've only played like 2 times, and both in the app. I've never played her in the game, in the physical game yet. She was just finished being painted last night. Barrier of Will. At the start of your turn, gain 1 random defense token. Oh, that's good for this scenario, for me keeping these protected when I'm holding them. Exhaust. You and each fighter within 3 spaces of you may gain 1 defense token. And it's got the channeled heal ability. Yeah, that's very nice. Protected Chi. Interact. Not really a fan of this one too much, but it is a way to heal, draw cards, and gain defense tokens. If you're surrounded, it's a nice one. But I do like the channeled ability to deal 1 direct damage to each enemy engaged with you. So she likes getting in the mix. But I do like Stage Dive a lot. Your attacks, and all your attacks. So any attacks you do on exhausted effects, attack cards, off her main card, anytime you attack, you're adding a +1 kick damage. Even if it's a punch or a grapple, you're going to also hit a kick. So it may knock away some tokens, it may get through. It's really nice. I like that one a lot. And the channeled ability is right up my playstyle. So you get to also do a move off of it, up to 3 spaces, deal X kick damage to an enemy engaged with you. X is the number of chi cards you have in play. This is like my favorite channeled effect. So you can do crazy stuff with her, like do a move, then attack with this, fire off this, to move somewhere else, hit somebody else, and like cover a token, grab a loot. Like you can get so much done on her turns. I love it. If you get it all going correctly. We'll see if I can do that here. Yeah, we'll start with the Barrier of Will. That makes sense. So we can gain some defense tokens in the future. Although, that is the one that starts with the heal. You know what? I want to take out Anastasia faster. So we're going to start with a stage dive. Because I plan on running over here, grabbing the loot, and attacking her. And then I can do what I just said. I can even just move around her a little bit and attack her again. So hopefully we can get her off the board. That's my plan. She's like a female Johnny Cage. Yes, exactly. I haven't read any of their stories yet. I'm excited to try some of those out in the future. Oh, man. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, let's do that. So we're going to move over to this loot. Let's get that crate. Bust open the crate. Grab a loot. Yeah, we got a lead pipe. Discard this to deal 3 direct damage to an adjacent enemy. Throw her over here. I don't want to use that on Anastasia. I'd like to use it on this guy at some point. But we'll do what we got to do. So let's first see. Yeah, let's just attack. So we'll attack with our Feet of Fury. 2 dice. So it's +1 kick damage. So we knock away 1 token of kick. We hit her for a damage. That's not too big. We get a kick defense token, which is nice. And then we can do our channeled effect. You may move up to 3 spaces. But we'll just move 1. And then we're going to deal X kick damage. Then you deal, X kick damage. So 1 more kick damage. Wasn't as big of a play as I wanted, but that's fine. I could just lead pipe to get her off the board. Probably should do that. Just trade a loot for a loot. Yeah, let's just lead pipe her. Alright, she's out. 3 direct damage. That's fine. See ya. She's gone. Get off the board. And we get a loot. Alright, this is great for Megan here to have sneakers. You just start this during a kick attack to add +2 dice to the attack. Yeah, we're getting better loot draws, I think. Alright. So yeah. We moved, we played a card, and we attacked. And we even threw a little bit of loot action in there. So that feels good. Alright, so no react to deal with. We're going to draw a card. Oh, we got another stage dive. Doesn't really do much. These don't have feints on them, right? So that's like balances her out, right? She doesn't have like all these feint abilities to throw away, which is, it's a different feel for sure. All right, so let's go on to the enemy. Dimitri, he can't attack, so he's going to do his whole looking for gear. He got a Punisher, so the knife again. He's going to throw that around. Then we go to the knife. He is just going to throw it at me. He's not attacking each fighter in a space, so this is going to get shuffled back in. Now we'll do a little cut. Okay. He found gear, so he doesn't do anything there. Then we go down to this, and he is going to move towards the blue. Okay. He doesn't pick it up. And then we'll draw from here. Oh, the purple one's in play. All right, purple weapons cache. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Okay, we got a Boris. Uh-oh. Boris is going to be bear hugging us in the corner here. Big blue Boris here. Okay, he's gonna come out here. And he has the whole thing. I can't move away unless I discard a grapple token. And if he's attacking me without moving first, he gets extra attack. And he starts off with 2 punch defense tokens. So we just got to beat the crap out of this guy, because we have no way of getting away from him. And we got to do it as fast as possible, because he's going to be hitting us 3 dice over and over again. Yeah, now I wish I kind of saved the lead pipe. That's okay. That's my fault. All right. Let's see here. I could use a vaulting kick on him to deal grapple damage, which will go through. He doesn't have grappled defense tokens. Then you may move up to 2 spaces. I can't move because I can't get away from him, but then I get to attack for 2 dice. And it does deal kick damage also. So this has a potential to hit him good because he doesn't have defense tokens of either type. But he has 6 health. And this is a kick, so I can use the sneakers. I feel like that's the way I'm going to go here. Because this one's only 2 dice. Or I could put another chi card into play. The Barrier of Will. Then I could attack for 2 here with the sneakers. So that's 4 dice. Then I do the channeled effect. Asan, thank you so much for subscribing. Then I'll do the channeled effect where I can't move, but then I get to hit for 2 more kick damage because of these 2 chi cards. I think I'll go this way because it builds up more for the future rather than just going for the now with the kick attack. I think that's the way I'm going to go. All right. So we'll do this attack, Feet of Fury. We'll discard the sneakers to get 2 extra dice. So we're rolling 4 dice. Okay. And I get +1 kick damage from Stage Dive. So we got a grapple, or a guard, sorry. And we're going to re-roll this exploding die. So we got 3 attack, 2 guard. So it's a kick attack, so our guard is going to go up to 3 here. And so it was, what, 3 hits over here, plus this 4th one. All kick damage. Right. 3, 4. I could discard this after attacking. You may discard this, deal 1 direct damage to each enemy engaged with you. That's not enough to take him out. Oh yeah, then the channeled effect, right? That's what I'm going for. Then I may move up to 3 spaces. I don't have a grapple to discard, so I can't move. Then I deal X kick damage. And I have 2 chi cards, so that's 2 more kick damage. That's what finishes him off. I almost brain farted and totally forgot about how I was going to do it there. So see you, Boris. Boris is gone. So I get a loot for taking out a minion. Oh, yeah, another lead pipe. Sweet deal. Anything else? Yeah, that seems good. Okay, so I can move now, right? I haven't moved. Oh, I can move. Let's just take off over here. I'm going to try to get to this objective token. Because I can't get to this one. The boss is going to grab it, I'm sure. Yep. Oh, I should do this. Exhaust. So there's these exhaust effects, which you didn't see with the last playthrough, but you can exhaust this. Each fighter within 3 spaces of you may gain 1 defense token of your choice. So great support effect, but I will do it. I could have done that actually to get the grapple token to get away from him, but I'd rather just take him off the board. So that was also an option. I could have got a grapple token, threw the grapple token away, then get away from him. The problem is he just keeps moving 3 and coming after you. So it's like you'll be in the same situation again. So, all right, so when you exhaust, you just exhaust the card. Okay, so we don't have to react. We'll draw a card. Flying Knee. So this one's not an attack. It just deals 3 kick damage to an enemy engaged with you. Then choose any space adjacent to that enemy and place your figure in that space. So again, I love this whole, like, her attack and move. Strike and move, strike and move. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a very neat playstyle. I'm probably not going to showcase it the best here, but as I get used to her playstyle, I think you can get really crazy with it. Okay. So enemy turn. This guy can't attack. He's going to go for some gear. This is not a gear card, so he discards it. He will get a random defense token. It's going to be grapple. Okay. Then we go here. He's just going to move and pick up the blue one. So he takes that. Okay, I'll draw off of this one. Hidden Ballistic Vest. Attach this card to a minion with the least remaining health. There's no minion. If no minions in play, the boss gets 2 random defense tokens. Okay. Okay. A kick and a kick. Alright. Alright. Now it's my turn. Let's grab a threat card here. Oh, another Boris. Another Boris. This is why I want to get away from that spawn point. These Boris guys, they're trouble. So he's going to come in there, and he gets 2 punch defense tokens. I think, yeah, I guess she'd be like Taekwondo, right? That's like more focused on kicking. I'm not a specialist in any of this stuff by any means. I took like 2 karate classes when I was younger. That's about as far as I went with that. I watched a bunch of UFC back in like the early 2000s when it was really popular, but I don't remember any of that stuff. All right. What are we doing? We can ready up this card. At the start of your turn, you get 1 random defense token. It's a grapple. Another grapple. Okay, okay. I might as well grab another defense token of my choice. I'm gonna take what do I not have? I don't have punch. I'm gonna take a punch with the exhaust effect on Barrier of Will. Right. Protected Chi Time, I think. Yeah, we're just gonna move 1, 2, 3. We're gonna interact. We're gonna take this token. We're gonna get the purple one, okay, for some extra direct damage. And we'll just throw out another Chi card. Okay. And oh yeah, I should probably be on this. That's my play card. I've moved. I interacted. I don't need to lead pipe anyone to the head. And done. All right, so react. This guy's gonna move 3 towards me. Now we go to the enemy stuff. He can't attack, so he's gonna look for gear. It's just a minion card, so he'll get a random defense token. Grapple. And we go here. There's no objective for him to move to, so he's not gonna move to anything. And oh, we get the stray grenade. This is the one we gotta throw it or it'll explode on us. And our turn. Right. Oh, I forgot to draw a card. You're right. I forget that sometimes. Yep. Another flying knee. Another flying knee. Thank you. Boom. And we get a kick and a grapple on Anastasia. And the red one will come in. Where am I? I'm in the center, so I can pick any spot, I think. Or actually, this one's, I think, closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this one's the furthest. The others are all equal, I think. So I will just choose her to go up here because she's near some loot. I might go up that way, deal with her. So that's where I figure I'll put her where it makes sense, kind of go on the way and grab some stuff. I don't know. That's the way I'm rolling. All right. So ready up this. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So at the start of my turn, I gain a random defense token. Punch. I'll exhaust this. I'll take a grapple. What did I do? We need to throw the grenade. Doesn't have his vest. I might as well. I could throw it at the boss, but he's not going to hit me right now or anything. So I don't really want to take off tokens off of him if he's just going to draw into his vest, where he'll start adding tokens back. So I feel like the grenade, I probably just use it on her. She has 2. Could move and start fighting with Boris, but I don't think so. Could just try to get the boss to drop his token. Let's move 3. I'm going to sprint. I have an ability. Yeah, so I'll move 3 more. And that's my sprint action. Now I'm going to play a card from hand. I'm going to do a flying knee. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I interacted this turn. Did I do that? Oh, for the stray grenade. Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. You're right. Sorry. I forgot that was there. I had brain fart. 1, 2, 3. So I'm there. So the grenade part. Yeah. So let's do the grenade. Yeah, let's just throw the grenade at Anastasia for 3 general damage. So it just takes away these 2 tokens and hits her for 1. Yeah, so I can't sprint. So the flying knee thing won't work. Yep. I'll just hold there, I guess. Yep. Okay. Let's deal with Boris. He's going to move 3 towards me. She's going to just fire at me for direct damage. We'll take 1 direct damage. Right. Yep. Okay. That's that. I draw a card. Another stage dive. Come on, man. All right. Then we'll go to the enemy turn. He's not attacking. He's going to flip. Oh, he got a gear card. He got his Punisher. He doesn't get a random defense token. He is then going to shuffle this into the enemy deck and deal me 1 direct damage. So it does not attack, so it doesn't add the extra direct damage off here, I don't think. It's just dealing. Okay. And we'll go to stage. There's no objective token. A recovered sidearm. So attach this to the minion furthest away. And then after the attached enemy activates, you deal 1 direct damage to the nearest fighter not engaged with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put this on Anastasia because I plan on going and taking her out. So she now has a rifle in one hand, a sidearm in the other, and she's just going to be like Wild West style, shooting across the map at me twice if I don't take her out. Yes, Vinyl, this is an expensive game, which is what I say about my complaint with just games full of miniatures. Like, I'm okay with standees for that reason, to save some money and still play the same game. But definitely miniatures and tons of card decks jack up the price for sure. Also, smaller print runs too, I would think, is also an issue with this game because it's like not a less popular, smaller game from a smaller publisher. I'm sure they print in less print runs, which increases costs. That's the vibe I get. Oh yeah, vaulting kick at the boss would have been nice. Yep. I'm just running around the board being silly right now, but all right. So that was sidearm. My turn. We'll draw from here. Oh, yellow Anastasia. Okay, getting serious now. This is a totally opposite playthrough of the last one. We're getting minions all over the place. So this one will go, I guess, up here. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. So now what are we doing? Let's go kick some Anastasia. Okay, okay. So this readies up. We get a random defense token at the start of our turn. Kick. Look at all these tokens. This is awesome. We'll just earn another one. Let's grab a punch. I could wait till later after I get hit, but I'm just doing it so I don't forget. Okay. So this one just needs 3 more damage. Which I could just go kick her with this. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to move 3. Flying knee. 3 kick damage. Takes this Anastasia out. She has only 3 health left. She doesn't have any defense tokens to block. Sidearm's gone. She's gone. Okay, I get a loot. Oh, yummy, yummy turkey. This could heal 3 damage. Okay. That was card play. That was move. There's also and then choose an adjacent space to that enemy and place your figure on that space. So I think I'll place myself on this loot token. And we get another loot. Ninja stars. 2 direct damage to any figure, so you can throw this across the map and hit anyone anywhere, which is awesome. It's direct damage. I like it. Like it. Okay. Move to play a card. Yeah. So I could interact, right? And gain a defense token from each enemy engaged with you, then draw a card and heal a damage. So I could heal a damage, draw a card. I think that's good, right? I'm not attacking. I used the card for that. Yeah, so I think I'll do this interact. I have no one engaged with me. I should have probably did that when I moved to her before playing this card, right? And I could have gained an extra defense token. So a little bit of inefficient out of turn play here. But yeah. Hey, Rory. It's going. We're beating up some dudes in the back in a warehouse here. It's all good. I think you can't reposition like that if the enemy's defeated by the damage. Okay, you might be right. Because it is like a then, right? Then choose a space adjacent to that enemy and place your figure in that space. Okay, okay. You're probably right. That wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. All right, we'll undo. Yeah, you're probably right. We'll shuffle the loot. Yeah, I should have did the other one first. That's okay. All right. So let's just shuffle that up quick. And then we're going to... Did we draw the card? No, we didn't yet, right? Draw a card and heal 1 damage. Focused Resolve. I like this card. It's a grapple attack. This deals 1 general damage for each chi card you have in play. So this is nice. And that's my interact. I did a move, interact, played a card. We did all of our exhaust effects. We're good. All right. Now we're going to do Boris. 1, 2, 3. And then Anastasia over here will fire. Am I in 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. She's going to move probably 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she can't even get to where I'm at. So she'll just move 3 spaces. Okay. And then I draw another card. Another Focus Resolve. Yeah. Yeah. All right. On to the enemies. Boris, or Dimitri, sorry. Dimitri is not attacking. He'll do the gear thing. Oh, you got his trusty Kevlar. This guy's got some Kevlar now. So we will move across. He only has 4 defense tokens, not 5. So he'll get 3 random ones. Kick, grapple, and a punch. Nice variety. So grapple, punch, and a kick. And he's got a wall of defense too. We're like building up for this epic final fight. Then we'll go here. There's no objective tokens in play, so he's not moving again. And Hidden Ballistic Vest. Attach this card to the minion with the least remaining health. That would be Anastasia. So it says that minion heals 2 damage, gains 1 random defense token, so she's not healing anything. And she'll get +2 health value. She's now a 6 health to defeat. And she gets another grapple defense. Fun times. All right. Yep. So now we're going to draw from here. Oh, it's RPG time. RPG time. We saw this in the last playthrough. So he's going to be loading that thing up and firing rockets across the map. It's going to be good times. Boom, boom time. All right. So, based on that, what are we doing? I want that loot, though. I want that loot. Yep. I think... Like, I want the loot, but will I get within firing range this modified RPG in time? I think so still, right? Vaulting kick, move to get the loot. Vaulting kick. Okay. Yeah, I never really used it like that, but yeah, it makes sense. Deal 1 grapple damage to an enemy engaged with you, period. So even if there's no one engaged with you, and then there's a then effect, which I know from playing Fantasy Flight games, that means like, if you can't do the first part, you stop, then you can still do the next part. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work that way though, but then you may move 2 spaces and attack with 2 dice. I think in this game you're allowed to, like, even if you can't do that text, you skip it kind of, and then just do as much as you can, but I could be wrong. Could move, grab the loot, move 1, 2, I'm here, or 1, 2, 3. Then I can move 2 and kick this guy. The only problem is, can I take him out? I have the lead pipe to do 3 direct damage. 2 kick damage, maybe. +1 here. Oh, this should be readied up, right? My turn. Did I get the defense token? I don't think I did. Grapple. And I'll wait on this one, I think. Did someone mention loot? Hey, Sajat! Yes, good evening. Good evening. Yeah. There's loot boxes in this game. I'm sold, man. Game's got me hooked. Alright. So kind of want to get to Anastasia, but so I could move 1, 2, 3, do the grapple thing to get to this loot. Then I'm near her at least. Yeah, let's do it in the original thought. I'm going to try this. Again, I'm not a pro, but I'm going to try out some cool things here, see if it works. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I grab this loot crate. Let's see what I get today. Oh, I get some brass knuckles. Only works on punch attacks, though. 2 extra dice. Okay. Then I'm going to play a vaulting kick for my card. And that will move me to do a attack with 2 dice. We get a kick. Is it a kick? Yep. We get a kick defense token. And we hit him for 2 kick. Probably should have went here, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll say it was here. Say it was here. Yeah. I want to be closer to that loot crate. All right. Why are you wasting 2 attacks? You can still do the normal attack. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that still, right? Oh, plus I do kick damage to him, right? Yeah, extra kick damage. Okay, then we are going to do our Feet of Fury. Oh, I forgot this. I do a direct damage also from the weapons cache. Yeah, weapons cache. And stage dive, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm holding the purple. Yep, I got that. Okay. Now I'm going to do this attack of Feet of Fury on this guy. We get the 2 hits through their kick. Plus 1 kick is enough to get rid of Boris. So Boris, you're gone, buddy. And that'll get us a loot. Leather Whip for the plus 2 dice on grapple attacks. Now we can fire off a channeled effect. I could do a heal of 1, go back to full health, or I could do a move 3 spaces. I'm going to do the move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Grab another loot. Why not? And we get a stink bomb. Anytime you discard this card to move an enemy up to 3 spaces. All right. I'm not dealing X kick damage, yada yada. Okay, so I played a card. I moved. I did my attack. I don't think I want to play any of this stuff right now. So we're done. Anastasia is going to fire a direct damage at us. I will toss a token. I think I forgot to toss a token last time to keep the purple thing in hand. So I'm going to toss away 2 just to make up for that. I had lots here. I think I just forgot. Yeah. Okay. I'm still holding that. So she went. I'll draw. Vaulting kick again. Nice. Okay. So that is that. Now we'll go to enemy turn. He can't attack. He is going to do the gear thing. It's an event, so we're just discarding it. There is no gear in this pile, I don't think. Nope. So he'll gain a random defense token. Kick. His Kevlar won't go off because he has definitely 5 tokens at least. And the RPG, he'll load a rocket in there. Now we'll go to here. There's no objective for him to move to. Now we're going to draw this. Okay, now we have the red one in play. Okay, sweet. Now it's my turn again. So we're going to grab a purple Boris. Oh, Minion City now. Purple Boris is coming. And he's coming here. All right, I want to rush these guys now. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get close so the RPG starts slapping all these guys. Okay. So best way to start, we're going to get a... Oh, I forgot to get my defense token last time, but that's okay. Random defense at the start. It's a kick. We're going to use this before we forget to take a punch. Defense token. Okay. I want to do a grapple attack using my brass... Oh, no, not the leather whip. The leather whip. So can we... We can get to 3 move to get to Anastasia. She has 6 health total. I know I want to get hit. Like, I need some power. I need to flip, but nobody's hitting me. Keep killing them all. I'm assuming at some point the boss is going to start hitting me now with this RPG, so I'm sure these will come into play real quick. So, I think we do a focus resolve. Oh, we can do a flying knee, and then I move to the other side of her, right? Oh, but I don't want to be beside the boss yet. I don't want him to attack me twice. He's going to run away to this token. How do we do this? Yeah, we'll just do a focus resolve, I think. So we attack for 2, plus it deals +1 general damage for each chi card you have in play. We also get a kick damage on top of this. Or I could do the grapple damage, jump over to this guy, hit him. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's see here. So we're doing 2 dice. Let's get all this attack. So it's 2 attack plus an exploding die. So 3 attack from this, which is grapple. So that will take away these 2 grapple tokens. And then hit her for 1 grapple damage. Then I do an additional kick damage. I do a direct damage. Oh, sorry, the kick damage actually will take away this. So it's back to 2. And then +1 general damage for each chi card I have in play. I have 3. So then she takes 3 general damage at that point. Going up to 5. Out of her 6, she has extra because she is wearing a ballistic vest that's hidden. I could toss... Where is it? I could discard stage dive to deal 1 direct damage to get rid of her. I think if I miscalculated there. I do have 2 stage dives in hand. 3 grapple, 3 general, 1 kick, 1 direct. 3 grapple. She had 2 grapple defense, so 1 got through. You do the kick before the general, because general's always last, right? I do the kick and the direct first. So she had 2 grapple, those left. 1 grapple got through. She had a kick blocked, because she had a kick token, so that didn't get through. Then I spray 1 direct, so she's at 2. Then the 3 general get through, she's at 5. Because general is last. And I forgot to use my leather whip with that, but I'm saving that. I can use that with my other focus resolve against the boss. So she's at 5, but she has +2 health because she's wearing a vest. So I'm going to chuck a stage dive, actually. Might be a little silly. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of want it in play. I could do an attack right now on her. Right? I only moved. I played a card. I could attack, which will roll a couple dice, do a kick damage, and then I can fire off a chi effect and even like heal a damage, or I can move and then hit this guy for 3. I haven't even started hitting the boss yet. Like, I got to start doing that at some point. And I can stink bomb the boss away. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're going to attack Anastasia, and it gets us further away from Boris. See ya, Boris. All right, so we're gonna feed a fury. Try to kick Anastasia. Don't want to be adjacent to boss. Force him to move. And that's exactly, George, exactly what I'm doing is stink bomb. I'm going to move him away with stink bomb. I'm going to go up and smack him a little bit. So we get the hit we need. She's gone. We also get a kick guard token. Or kick defense token. Anastasia's gone. Ballistic vest. We get a loot. Oh, we got a martial arts magazine. So we could get 2 random defense tokens. I'll just use this now. Might as well. And get 2 random defense tokens. Both are grapple. Such a different game. This is crazy. Yes, James, we're still streaming. We don't do like short streams on here usually, especially in the day. Sometimes I try to keep them short, but then I get in trouble by everybody. I know. They told me put another quarter in, so we did. So we're playing another character. But we'll wrap it up after this one because I do have to get ready. We have our buddy Kyle who plays on the channel with us. He's coming tonight to learn Lord of the Rings: Journeys to Middle-earth. We're gonna teach him the game, try to relearn it ourselves. We haven't played in a year, and then we're gonna pick characters, and then we'll stream next week when he's here. We'll start the Shadow Paths campaign. So shameless plug for that one. But yeah. That's the plan. So I need to get out of here so I can refresh myself on the game before he shows up. All right. So now, channeled effect. Right? Channeled effect. I may move up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, right in front of the boss. Then I'm going to do 3 kick damage because I have 3 chi cards. So we'll just take away 3 of these tokens. He still has 1 left. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, I want to play Ultra Quest 2, Raphael. I want to play that game eventually. But I have this to keep me busy in the meantime for sure. All right. So just debating. You know, might as well lead pipe him, right? Make him toss away a token. I'm going to hit the boss with a lead pipe. 3 direct damage. So he's going to take 3. And to not drop his token, he will throw away a token. I'm going to get rid of the kick. So that I can maybe start getting through some... Actually, I want to do a grapple, I think, soon. Yeah, we'll take away the kick. Sure. We keeps that. And then we will stink bomb him. And we'll move him 1, 2, 3 spaces away. Actually, can I move him onto that? Block that entry spot. 1. I think so, right? He has 3 grapple left and 1 punch. Yeah, he's gonna roll the Kevlar thing. It's annoying. I don't know what to do with that. It's probably dumb to do, right? But Yeah, I know. I want to keep him at 5. I know. Can move him to block the entry. Yes. Okay, I'm doing it then. If I'm allowed, I'm going to do it. Thanks for the tip. I'm doing it. All right. So that's my turn. Let's activate Boris. He's just going to 1, 2, 3. I'll draw a card. Final cut. This is another kick attack. Look at this one. Attack for 2 dice. After this attack, you may move up to X spaces. X is the number of chi cards you control. Man, attack and move, moves and attack. I love it. Love it. Let's go try to get this token, though. That'll help us with the defense crap here. Direct damage is key. Okay, so that's Boris. He just moved. He's done. We'll go to Boss. Boss can't attack. He's going to look for gear. Oh, is he within 4 spaces? Yes, perfect. He didn't get within 4 spaces. That was my bad. We get just a Boris. There's no gear in here, so he will get a random defense token. Ah, he won't do Kevlar. He won't do Kevlar because he gets this back first because he missed on the gear. So he's now at 5, so Kevlar doesn't work. RPG is going to spend this token. Going to fire at me, but it's going to hit both of us. And since he has a token, he's doing direct damage too. An additional direct damage on that. We have 2 grapple, a punch, and a kick. So let's do the damage on me first. We have 2 grapple. There's 2 power. Finally, we get some power. Kick and a punch. Did I do the right tokens? Yep. So we're at 4 power, which means we flip. But we also get 1 direct damage, so let's do that while we're here. Yeah. And because I took the direct damage, I will toss away a kick token to keep that objective in my hand. Or whatever it is I'm doing there. Pour these back in their piles. Okay, sweet. Powered up, we're flipped. Patience rewarded. Very appropriately named. It felt like a long time to get flipped, and the patience has paid off. All right, so now he's going to hit himself because the rocket's blowing up. He's the only figure also within 4 spaces of the blast. So, punch gone. 2 grapple gone, and a kick gone. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. And he does get hit with the direct damage. So that will hit for 4. Or he's up to 4. But to not drop the token, he's going to throw away this last defense token so he doesn't drop his objective. Oh yeah, I need to get rid of a card because he was a jerk. What do I have in hand? Stage dives. Yep, we're going to get rid of stage dive because we have 2 in hand. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot about that part about the RPG, right? He blows a card away from me, but only the fighters. He doesn't knock a card away from himself or the minions, which bugs me, but hey. Yep, good call. Okay, so that was the RPG. On to this thing. He's going to move towards the red. 1, 2, 3. He's now engaged with me. Then we draw from here. Oh, the green token is now in play. Man, lots of objectives. Okay. I want to get that red. I can hit him first, then go for the red, right? Okay, my turn. Let's see what we get. Oh, hold them back. Each Boris in play may immediately attack, gaining 1 grapple result. Well, he's not hitting anybody, so that's fine. Okay. Ready up this. Start of the turn, we gain 1 random defense token. Grapple. Let's use this. Exhaust. I'll get a punch. With a punch. Okay. I will play a stage dive. Get that back in place. So I have 3 cheese. 3 cheese. Chi cards. Not cheese. Cheese. All right. So yeah, let's just get those back in play. Now let's just do this crazy attack here. And we're going to do all the channeled effects. Right. And do we have something to help us with the kick attack? Or, oh no, I don't want to play the focus resolve right now. I don't have any buff here. I might as well eat this to heal my 3 damage. Let's just do that so I don't forget. Okay, so we ate. Actually, no, we don't want to because we're about to heal 1. Yeah. Let's not do that. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so we're gonna do patience rewarded. So we're rolling 3 dice to attack the boss man. It's gonna give us +1 kick damage. All right, so these are good. Let's exploding damage here. So we got 3 kick damage. Go to 6 plus another die. He has no token to stop me from knocking this away from him. So the blue token drops on the board. So he's actually going to go for that one now. Going to go for that one. I get 2 kick. Oh, plus I'll do the extra +1 stuff. 1 sec. So I get the 2 guard symbols. Another kick damage from this card, stage dive, right? I don't want to discard it, but then we'll trigger off our cheese, so we can heal 1 damage from this one. We're gonna flip this after, but I'll do it right now. We get 1 direct damage. 3. We also have the weapons cache, another direct damage. So he's up to 10, right? And then I may move up to 3 spaces and deal X kick damage. Yeah, I'm just going to jump on this token, I think. And we're going to deal 3 kick damage to him. So we'll throw this up to a 6 and give him 1 more. Oh, did I already do weapons cache? Well, I had an exploding die here, right? So I did 3 from the exploding die, +1 kick, +1 direct. Then I move with the then direct from this. So I have a direct from a channeled plus a weapons cache, plus the 3 kick damage from this. I don't remember what he started at though. So weapons cache +1. I did 3 hits off the dice. I get a +1 from stage dive. I did a channeled effect off protected chi, 1 more direct. I then have the channeled effect off stage dive, where I do 3 more kick. So I should have done 9. Yeah, I rolled 3 attack here. So I've added 9 to him. I don't know what he started at though. Did I do too many? Yeah, I don't remember what he's at, but I should have added it all up first. Yeah, I can roll him back 1 if I did too many. Yeah, if I did this twice, then I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll just roll it back. He was at 4. No, he's at 13. Oh, so I did it right. I did it right. Okay, we're good. We're good. Right? Yeah. 12, 13. Okay, we're right. We're right. Okay. I thought you said I did extra. Okay, we're good. I just may have said it wrong, maybe. I do that sometimes. Okay. I think I got everything off that. I already played a card, right? I played this one? Is that this turn? I don't remember. I think so. Yeah, you're right. I did it after the fact. That was dumb. Okay. So Boris. 1, 2, 3. I draw a card. Barrier of Will. I already have. Boss time. Oh, why am I beside him? Why did I do that? I stayed beside him. That's okay though. That's okay. I have tons of defense. Tons of defense. Bring it. Let's flip over again. All right. So he is going to attack though, not do the gear thing. So he doesn't have an objective. So he's just doing 4 attack. 2 grapple. A kick. And a punch. So that gives us our 4 energy that we are going to flip to the other side. He has no direct additional damage on that, right? So we're good. Now we go to Kevlar. He will roll for 3 defense tokens because he doesn't have 5 on him. 1 of each again. That's so weird. Actually, I'll just put him right here. There we go. Okay. And then he will load up the RPG. Now we come down here. He moves towards this red one. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't pick it up though. Then we'll go here. Proximity Mine. Attach this card to the unengaged enemy farthest from the fighter. That is Boris. And then when a fighter moves into a space within 2 spaces of the attached enemy, deal the fighter 5 general damage and discard this card. So he's got a little bomb protecting him. Well, I'm not within 2 yet, but if I do move in, he can move into me. That's fine. But I have to move into him, which is okay. All right. So that was that card. Now I draw a threat card. Oh, we got a Drago. Green Drago coming in with 2 grapples. That's here. All right, let's just go after this boss man. Okay, we're gonna go interact. I think. I feel like I want to pick up this token that I'm on. Didn't it say? Oh, it's enemy. Sorry, not minion. It's enemy. Enemy, sorry. Yes, it's this guy. He gets it. I'll just put that here for now. Ah. Ah. Okay. So ready up this. I get a random defense. A grapple. I will exhaust it. Take a punch. I want to go hit him with some bare knuckles though. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just pick this up. We'll pick up the purple one with an interact. Or the blue one, sorry. Okay, so we get some extra +1 damage. Direct damage. Then we'll move 3. Okay. And then I think I want to play this Focused Resolve, I think. Where's the other one? Final Cut? No. Focused Resolve. Yeah, I could have probably ended it by just rushing him and doing 2 attacks or whatever, but I'm just going to pick this up for fun. So we're going to do a Focus Resolve. It's a grapple. So I am going to use the whip. And the whip will let me do 2 extra dice on this attack. All right, so it's 2 dice. And it deals 1 general damage for each G card I have in play, which is 3. Man, my throat. So we're going to do 4 dice. Oh, we got an exploding one. All right. So I'm gonna take my guard token and just and then flip that to a success. So I remember. So this is a grapple. So I definitely get a grapple token. So it's hitting him for 4 grapple. So it takes away 1 of these tokens. Hits him for 3 damage. Okay. Now we do a kick damage, which gets rid of this one. We do 2 direct damage. He's at 18. And then it does 3 general damage for each chi I have in play. which gets rid of general damage, has to go through all the defense tokens. And then we do 2 more, which should be game, right? I grappled him. Gah! Squish him. And that's it. I think we're good, right? Right. Weapons caches to the win, for the win. Unless I messed something up there. I think we're okay. Ah! We got to 20, right? 12, 18, 19, 20. No vinyl. I'm just good. The game's not easy. I'm good. This is the intro scenario, though. This is what they recommend to learn the game on. Play with that other guy. Play with this guy. And, but again, even playing with any character, you're playing with like the weakest enemy deck and playing on this Gone Ballistic. I think it's meant to be like a simpler, more easy game. But yes, I will be playing more of this game next week on the channel, mixing it up with different decks and different characters. I mean, we'll try 2 fighters. We can do some stories where you can get upgraded cards to your deck and get some like boons and rewards and stuff as you play through little campaigns. But yeah, we'll try out some different mixes based on what Mel has painted from the enemy decks. We'll see. But yeah, I'll schedule that once I know what day it's happening. But on Monday, we are playing the digital version. So tune back in Monday, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss that. We'll show off the digital version that's out on Android and iOS. So you can check that out. We're back on Sunday with the next episode of Aftermath, our playthrough for that. And yeah, I'll schedule some more streams coming out next week. So hit youtube.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Set reminders for any of the upcoming live streams you're interested in. If you want to check out more Street Masters in the future you're watching this, there's a playlist link down in the description below. And I also dropped some affiliate links down there if you're looking for the core set that I was just playing with on Amazon.com or Amazon.ca if you're looking for it. They both were in stock when I checked earlier. But yeah, if you don't want to miss this going live in the future, subscribe, hit that notification bell, turn on all the alarms and notifications or whatever it is in there. But yeah, thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. Thanks for spending time with us. I have to get going and learn another game. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks, everyone, on Patreon for your support. Links down in the description for that also. And bye-bye. Happy Friday.